Musician. Okay, I'm gonna have Austin say something so I can see if there's an echo.
Hello? Yeah, everything good? There's no echo on our end at least.
I'm
We don't
checking.
hear it.
Musician. Okay, hold on. It's there's a bit of delay. Austin say something so I can see if there's an echo.
Hello? Yeah, everything good? There's no echo on our end at least.
I'm
We don't
checking.
hear it.
All right, we're good. No echo. Sweet. Awesome.
I will say it is really odd hearing my voice though. When you have it up on your phone, I don't know. I know that that's a thing that everybody has, hearing your own voice, but
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna start putting some of this stuff away while we get ready. I'm gonna go back to the title screen so we could give ourselves some time.
Purple pee pee fart.
Is there any background noise coming in from my microphone? Can you guys hear anything? Okay, is there any background noise though? Perfect, cool. There's a party going on outside my room. No, it's just some casual weekend party.
And you got us, you're sitting here playing D&D.
Right. That's right.
Of course.
yeah.
Welcome everybody to our D&D live stream. If you're watching it later on YouTube, welcome to the video. We have our own little group here, so we're gonna go ahead, go around, and introduce ourselves. We're gonna start with Mr. Jazz Deep over here. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself as a person? Your name, if you want to give that out, or your username, and then just maybe a fun factoid about yourself that you don't mind telling everybody about.
Right. Hello, hello. This is Jazz. Tuning in for some good old D&D. A newer player, but sure it'll be fun. Fun fact. I'm not good at fun facts, but we'll go with I like trying weird stuff. Sonic put out a new weird drink. It was a slush float. So I tried a Sour Patch Kids half slush, half vanilla float.
Cool, awesome. Why don't we go over to Mac?
Well, hello. I am Mac. See, weird things. I also enjoy weird things. I recently was actually at Buffalo Wild Wings, and they have this new legendary Mountain Dew. And your boy likes Long Island iced teas, so they put that in the Long Island iced tea, and it was pretty fire.
Nice.
But also, that slush does so delicious. Not a very new D&D. Well, kind of new, but not as new as.
All right, let's go over to Swift Bridge.
I'm Swift, or Austin, whichever one I'm referred to as. This will be my first time playing a wizard, and I absolutely love spicy foods.
Nice. Let's go over to Trico then.
Hey, I'm Trico. I'm 6'7". I've played for a few years aside online when the pandemic broke out, but it's been a pretty good experience. Comfort of my own home with playing D&D, best of both worlds. Fun little facts. I recently built a few thousand piece Lego Star Destroyer. I enjoy dipping chips into Nutella and having those. Quite nice actually. And I'm looking forward to getting started.
Chips and Nutella. And
That's a new one.
you're talking about the thing that we would call French fries, yes? Oh, okay. So Okay, all right, great, awesome. I never know where the line crosses with Australia or whatever. But
I should mention I am West Australian.
yeah. We have one Australian dude playing with us. That's pretty cool. You know, it's the magic of playing online. I am Thomas. You guys should call me Akati. That's my username on most of my social medias. I am the Dungeon Master. I am God, as I like to say. And I have been spending the past few weeks crafting a nice little adventure for these guys. And I haven't been the only one who's been busy. These guys have been crafting some amazing characters for you guys. And I'm real excited to see them get to be in action. And I hope we can weave a really wonderful story for you guys. So, I'm going to start actually with having everybody roll initiative. And Mac and Austin, you guys will roll initiative together. So whichever of you two gets the highest will be applied to both of you.
All right, I'll message him what I got, and then.
Let's go with, what did Rain get?
1.
Wonderful.
Are you supposed to roll in DD Beyond or just hand?
However you would like.
I've rolled a dirty 20 on D&D Beyond then.
A dirty 20.
I'll
Nice.
start using dice now.
Nice. How about Mac and Swift? What did you guys get?
I'll let him tell you because he knows what I rolled.
Okay, 1 second. I'm pulling it up. We got a 16.
A 16. Nice. Okay. All right, let's get a look over here. Okay, so we open up on the town of Harkey. A bustling bayside town known for its shipping and very open access to the Lamahil Sea. A lot of cargo goes through here as it gets transferred around the nation of Leon, all the way down to Cape Hardug and even the Isle of Octuous, where the pirates like to hang around. We're approaching at this point from the west on the Wallowstump Trail. And we zoom in on a young tiefling sitting in the back of a wagon on his way towards the town of Harkey. Trika, why don't you tell us about your character?
White, grey hair, red, horns, yellow eyes, pair of wings on his back. A rather infernal look, I suppose you could say, but still not a devil. Definitely. Leather armor.
Yeah, for sure. You hear a whistle from the person driving you, and they let you know that you're nearing up on the city.
Thank you.
All right. You're currently facing away from the front. Would you like to go take a look at the city?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to go ahead and roll me a perception check.
15 total.
15 total. Okay. Yeah, you look over and you notice there's a lot of like people running around in the town. You're kind of cresting over the ridge of a hill. And so as you look down across the town, you see people swarming around the city like little ants. And you actually see a trail of wagons coming towards you guys, leaving the city. And as you look out closer to the bay, you notice that there's some flooding happening over closer to the ocean, near the lower ground.
I'll sit back down then. And just for full disclosure, obviously I won't know in character, but are we actually all together in the carriage?
No, we are not.
Okay, good.
Not currently. Okay. All right. So the person driving the wagon continues to drive you, and they actually pull you up right in front of the town square. The town square is not yet flooded, but if you look down at the various streets leading out from the town square, you do see, looking towards the ocean, there is water visibly above where it should be in the streets, probably about 200 yards down the way. But you're now currently in the town center, in the city of Harkey. What do you think that Trico's gonna do now that he's at this destination?
I'd thank my driver if he could give me a quick rundown of where points of interest are. You know, the tavern, general goods, wherever they've got a bounty board, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So you ask about the tavern, and he actually points off to one end, and you see there's about 3 taverns nestled right next to each other, almost like a little streetway where people can go for some night drinking. He mentions to you that there is a board right off to the other side of the town center with various jobs that people post up. You ask for other points of interest. There's a lot of shops just generally around you. There's a brewery where, or an alchemist shop, I should say, where they sell potions. Brewery would be a different thing. There's an alchemist shop where they sell potions. He lets you know that if you go towards the northern end of the town, closer to the dwarven side of the city, you'll actually find a few more blacksmiths out there if you want some more weapons or armor type stuff.
Cool, and where do they usually post up jobs?
On that message board that he pointed out to you, it would be the south side of the town center.
Thank you. I'll tip him a silver and then go straight to that message board.
Yeah, he takes
Do
a
I already
silver.
pay him or does he take tips?
Huh?
Does he take tips or do I already pay him?
You're kind of hitchhiking here, so he was coming into town either way. This isn't something he usually does, but if you would like to tip him as a courtesy, then yeah, sure, he'll happily take it.
I'll tip him as a courtesy for 1 silver.
All right, sure. Yeah, he takes a silver.
And
He says
10 silvers, 1 gold, isn't it?
10 silvers is 1 gold. A copper is equivalent to about $1 if you want to talk about like inflation wise and stuff. So tipping him a silver would be like tipping him like $10.
I'd tip him as copper then, probably.
A copper? Just a single dollar? Okay, yeah, you tip him a copper.
Well, a couple coppers, actually.
Okay, yeah.
We don't do tip in Australia, so I'm not really familiar with that side of things.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, you tip him 2 coppers. He's really happy about it. He wasn't expecting to get paid at all. So he's pretty pleased with it. And he asks you if there's anything else you need before he goes to take his delivery.
I'm sure there is, but I'm not sure you're the man for it. Thank you.
All right, certainly. He cracks the reins, and people start moving. And now you're sitting in the town center. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next set of people. We have some cool little faces. We have a strange pairing here. We have a tiefling and a fallen ASMR. Kind of walking together. They're walking along the southern oak back trail up from the forest of Rohan. You guys are just about to peek out of the forest to get a view of this town. You guys come out and see much the same thing except from the southern angle. You see over to your right, near the coastline, there's a lot of flooding going on towards the oceanside part of town. And then there's people crawling all around, most likely trying to get evacuation stuff going, get damage control happening. Why don't we start with Mac? Tell us about Aldrin Menda.
Well, Aldrin Menda is about 6'1". Black hair, very pale. Looks roughly 50 years old. He's walking with this tiefling, and he has this big gun on his hip. I guess people who would know he might look like an artificer of sorts. He has looks like he could tinker with things very often. So.
Nice. Okay. And what about his companion, Austin? Tell us about Revan.
Revan is a former assassin, so to speak, for his parents. He was taught by one Theron Moonbrook on his private estate, and has learned the ways of wizardry to take down his targets.
Wizard Wee. Awesome. Love that.
It's
It's like it's like when you're a first level wizard, yeah, when you're still squishy.
wizards are always squishy.
All right. Okay. That's awesome. What are you guys gonna do? What direction do you think you'll head into?
Revan shall look over to his companion and shall we head to the port to see if we can get to Grey Rock, or maybe help out a little bit with this flooding?
I don't see why not.
Very well. Well, I figure if we help out, it might help us get a little bit of gold. I know from the travels we're both a little bit broke currently.
Yeah, it's not quite like being in guard.
No, not even remotely. That is the one bad thing about not being as close to my parents anymore. The money's not flowing quite as nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really have anyone to turn to in this area anymore, so...
Well, if we can get enough money here to catch a ferry over to Grey Rock, it might not be a bad bet to go meet up with Moonbrook for a little bit.
Doesn't sound like a terrible idea to me.
All right. So is that where you guys are going then? Where are you going first? Just like
I suppose we'd head into town to try to find a message board, a job board, maybe help out with the flooding, grab some extra cash.
All right, for sure. Yeah, you guys start heading that way. You guys are walking for a little while. So before we move on with you, let's go ahead and introduce Rain. Jazz, why don't you tell us about your character?
All right. Rain is blue, glowy blue skin. Got some steel blue hair, gray eyes, a little bit of blue in the eyes. Standing at about 5'10", weighing in at about 150 pounds. Good old water genasi. And yeah, little beads of water coming out here and there.
Okay. You're a little bit closer to the city at this point. You are also coming down the southern Oakback Trail, but you're in front of these guys, way in front, probably by like a mile. So you're actually just getting into the city, and it's generally the same scene as what Trico saw. They're running in your direction, some of them trying to head out. People are scrambling all around, just trying to like make sense of this new situation, this crazy thing that's happened in the town, trying to get supplies to certain people, trying to figure certain things out. You're noticing actually that there's quite a bit of looting going on as well. Some people taking things and running away with them, things that probably don't belong to them. How's Rain feeling about walking into this town, considering his purpose and the reasons he's here?
Things are looking a little suspicious here. Might find myself an answer or two. I don't want to go towards the water scene, figure out what's going on with that, and I'll still try to keep my eye out on the looting going on as well.
All right, you go ahead and start walking towards the water. You go towards the eastern side of the town, closer towards the shoreline, and you kind of let your feet wade through the water a little bit. The coolness of the water is kind of rushing over your toes as you look around. Different people splashing through knee-high water, trying to like keep their belongings dry, keep their sweaters, their blankets all dry so they can use them later on in the night. You see like some mothers like throwing things up to their kids through windows because there's too much water pressure to like open the door or anything like that. So they're just trying to like throw stuff up to their kids so they can climb up.
Can I go help?
You can help the woman if you would like. Yes, you may go help. What do you say as you approach them to help them out?
Excuse me, might I lend you a hand? I see you're trying to bring some objects to the upper floor.
Oh yes, please, you're too kind. My children are up there. They're quite stuck up there. Actually, they're a little scared of the water. They can't swim. Could you help me get up to them? Or maybe bring them down. Be a better idea. What do you think?
You want to bring the children down?
Do you think that's better than me going up?
Well, are you trying to leave or go in?
I don't know. What do you think would be the better option?
Well, I see a lot of people running away.
Yes, but
Do you know what's going on?
This is my house. Oh, yes. Storm came by this morning. Horrible storm broke the levees. Bunch of water came rushing in this morning.
I see.
Yes,
Well,
didn't really get a lot of warning for that one. Very strange. It wasn't a heavy storm. The levees usually stand up, but perhaps it was, not very good maintenance.
Oh. Well, I'm glad to hear it's not too serious.
Yes,
But
well,
yes, I can assist you in getting your children down.
of course. Thank you. Thank you very much. What do you think we should do to get them down?
Well,
You hear from up in the second floor, Mother! Who's that blue man you're speaking to?
fear not. My name is Rain. I'm simply here to help.
Are
How
you
should we
rain
go
because you're
about
blue
this?
like the water?
Yeah, I am as blue as the water. I am water.
Why did you flood our house then?
But I just got here. I have no clue.
But the
That was
water
not me.
flooded our house, and you said you're the water.
Well, you see, it may have been another blue man. I might find this blue man later. I just got here, though.
Okay. Do you want us to jump?
How many kids are there? There are two?
There's two.
Two? And they're on the second floor?
Two that you can see. You can try to roll a perception check to see if you can hear if there's any more kids or anything like that.
Okay. You got a 17?
17? Yeah, there's still only two kids. Just two kids.
Two kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can have them jump one at a time. And I can try to catch them, or am I able to shape water to try to cushion their fall?
Yeah, you could totally do that. Yeah, what do you instruct them to do?
Okay, so I guess I can make a sort of cylinder of water that can kind of cushion their fall as they fall down, and I would just grab them as they fall down. So I'll just have the kids jump one at a time into the cylinder of water that I'm going to shape.
Okay, for sure. Let me see. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
All right. 13.
13. 13 total?
Oh, you're right. Let me... 15 total.
15. Awesome. Perfect. That's exactly what you needed to hit. Okay, both the kids, there's no problems. They both, you put up your column of water, they jump right down in it. They kind of like splash through like they're doing like dives right into the water. You basically took like 3 feet of water and columned it up so it became like jumping into a 10-foot deep pool. So they could like just jump into it and it wouldn't like, they would slow down before they hit the ground. So yeah, you bring them down. They go to their mom. They're all wet with their hair. They're all excited. Mother, we were in the water. She looks at you and says, thank you so much. You know, the mayor was looking for some people to come help. Apparently there's a big problem. Maybe you want to go to the town center and check it out.
Very well. I can make my way over there. You all take care now.
Thank you so much. Bye, Blue Man.
Bye-bye, little.
All right. Around this time, I'm gonna say Aldrin and Revan, you guys have both made it to the town center. Revan, why don't you give me a perception check with advantage?
With advantage, that comes to a grand total of 17.
17. You look across in this crowd of people in the town center. You start to notice a set of red horns looking at the message board that you're approaching. It's a set of red horns that you might recognize.
Revan, not knowing whether this is friend or foe currently, given his rocky relationship with his home world, will grasp his rapier in its hilt, not quite draw it, go up and grab him on the shoulder.
Yeah, Trico, you feel somebody grab you on the shoulder.
I'll break out of that and just fly in the air.
Say that one more time.
I'll break out of that, and fly in the air.
You're gonna break out of it and try to fly up?
Yep.
All right. Are you gonna resist him trying to break out of your hold, Revan? You're muted.
No, not even remotely.
All right, fine then. No checks. You break off and you you fly, and you're currently like 10 feet in the air, suspended. You turn around and you see Revan.
Revan? Is that you?
You son of a gun. What are you doing here?
Message board, but what am I doing here? You disappeared. I thought you were dead. I land and I go up to him.
I think my father could have me killed? Not even remotely.
You disappeared without a trace.
Look, I left to go study wizardry, and I upset my father, maybe, because I wouldn't kill a man, and now I'm out taking bounties for whoever I deem evil. What have you been up to?
Long story. Short answer, adventuring, some training, and bound to work on the surface here. I'll tell you a more detailed story over dinner or something when we've got time and, drink so my throat doesn't get dry talking so much.
Fair enough. Revan's gonna turn around and motion to Aldrin to come over. Here's my good friend. We've been traveling together for the past near 2 years. We've been through some interesting experiences together and encountered some interesting people, and here we are. We were actually heading to go see the man who trained me.
You weren't training in hell, then, I take it?
Oh no, quite the opposite. I was trained on an island not too far from here. My mother deemed it best I not train in hell. 'Cause you know my father, after all.
Well, not socially. I never met your father.
Well, probably for the best. Man's insane.
That was the idea.
You would probably, Trico, you would probably only know Jeerzold by reputation. He's a nasty son of a gun. Psycho, kind of.
So the usual denizens of hell.
Yeah.
Okay, and so
You guys are
what was your name
currently
again, sorry?
you guys are currently sitting in
I'm talking
front of
to the
the
other person.
you guys are currently sitting in front of the message board. And yeah, there's various jobs. Most of the jobs involve finding people who are missing from the flood, from the disaster. People are posting their missing family members. There are a few jobs here and there. You see one ad for a fisherman who this morning he would have needed some people to come help him on his boat. He was going to go on like a 2-day voyage, it says, to go get to go fishing off in the deeper parts of the ocean. You also see Special Bulletin, Mayor, looking for strapping adventurers to help recover some important goods for the city of Harky.
Are any of the messages about people who are taking advantage of it? The situation?
Are any of the messages about people taking advantage of the situation? They don't appear to be. It doesn't seem like most people... You know what? At this point in time, no. The disaster just happened this morning, and so there's not a lot of people posting jobs in hopes of, like, scamming people around this time. To be honest with you,
I meant the other way around, was bounties for the people who are scamming.
Bounties for the people who are taking advantage of others. Currently, no. The law enforcement of the town has not had time to put posters up for those people, as the disaster happened this morning, and people are still trying to. They're still working on infrastructure recovery and just finding people and getting to a state of homeostasis so they can kind of understand what they have and what's going on with them. There's I suppose one ad that would stand out to you guys is there's a dwarven woman who is looking for her son. Her son has one eye.
So you're gonna. So Revan, do you want to make up for lost time and take a job together?
Revan will look behind him. And
Hey,
wait
Revan,
for...
you and your boyfriend, if you guys are done talking up there, like you know, as Revan was saying, I'm Aldrin, and this metal beast you see standing next to me.
It's his
Kind of
boyfriend.
looks like a dragonborn. He's not my boyfriend, okay? This is Curtis 2.0. Not like the original, but he could be better. He's my steel defender. He's my very faithful companion. Help me through.
You know, Revan, if I didn't see his mouth move, I wasn't sure who was talking about who.
All right, so what you got? What did you two ladies decide we're gonna do here? Any fun jobs?
I believe we're going to go look for a child.
The most urgent job, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the poster said that they live in the northwestern corner of the town, and she was out getting some stuff done early in the morning when the flood happened, and when she made her way home, her son was not there. And there's a very crude drawing of her son on the poster. Just a little it's like a little stick figure boy with really shaggy hair and a little short beard, and he has like an eye patch on that's made out of like a rag.
Well, thank God for the beard. We might have gotten confused for a halfling child or a human child, even.
Yes. The ad says that his name is Druken. Here, I'll write it down for you guys. His name is Druken.
Does it say what area he was in, roughly?
Yeah, the northwestern part of town.
Any other jobs for the northwest part of town that we might be able to do on the way? Or while at it?
Yes, I'm sure there is. One person is trying to empty out the first floor of their house up on the northwestern part of town. They want some people to come help them move some furniture and such.
So what do you think? We take northwestern jobs in case we do one pretty quickly, and they can help us look around because they'll know the area?
I suppose that's fine with me. I see no issue here. As long as my robe doesn't get too soaked, I think everything will be okay.
You're setting up yourself for failure in that regards, then.
Worst comes to worst, I'll dry it off with a little bit of fire. Not the worst thing that I've done.
Awesome. All right, so you guys walk and start heading towards the northwestern part of town. Just as you guys...
fly.
Huh?
I'll fly.
You'll fly? Okay, you go up in the air and you begin to fly your way over. You're getting... some people are actually looking up there at you, and there's even some people screaming and stuff because they think it's the end times.
I'll land when I hear that then.
Sure. I mean, you don't do anything, so they don't... It's kind of like they weren't expecting to see a flying tiefling today, so it's more like that. Oh gosh, I was just about to talk to him. Oh, there you are. You're back. Awesome. So...
I'll say to Revan, though, I didn't think that people associate the end times with tieflings and water together. One or the other, really.
Yeah. Okay. You guys leave, and just as you do, that's when Rain makes his entrance into the town square and walks over to the message board. Rain, which of the jobs would have stood out to you?
Sorry, one more time.
So the jobs included the one guy who was looking for a fishing crew, the mayor who's looking for adventurers to help with a special mission. The other one is the lost child, and the other one is the moving job, the moving furniture job.
Taking a look, I gotta say the fishing job.
The fishing
catches
job
my eye
probably.
the most.
Okay, the fishing job tells you to meet at the northeastern dock, so that'll be where you start heading. Okay. So you start walking your way over towards the northeastern dock, and you see people kind of wading their way through the water, baskets on their head, trying to keep all their stuff dry. You make your way over and around the pier where the ad said to be, and you see a kind of middle-aged man frantically trying to like swim through the water and like scouring stuff up out of his little shack as he tries to like put it into a boat to keep it above the water.
Give him a hand as well.
So they
Trying to learn a little more now that I'm getting a little further into the water.
Say that one more time. The beginning of your sentence.
I'll go give him a hand as well.
Oh, you're gonna go give him a hand? Okay, for sure. Yeah, you swim over there, and yeah, you swim over there. The roof is barely peeking out of the water. He's right on the ocean, so he's in the deepest part of it. So he's sitting there. The roof is kind of like covered. He's kind of like holding onto the boat as he tries to grab stuff as it like floats out towards the doorway. Would you be swimming over to him above the water or below the water?
Well, we'll go above water.
Okay, yeah.
And
So you go above water. You see him there, and he says, "Sir, can you help me? There's I have stuff in there, and I can't really swim in there and grab it myself. So could you go in there and just grab a few of my things? There's some nets in there that I need. There's bait. I can't let the bait go bad. It's gonna get bad in all this salinity. You're gonna have to. I'm gonna need that. Could you please help me with that?"
sure thing.
Okay.
He'll
Sweet.
hold on to the boat. I'll go swim on down and
All
I'll
right.
grab what I can find.
As you dive under the water, you actually you're right next to the guy, so you see that he has a peg leg, so he wouldn't have been able to like flutter his feet to kick as he goes into the water. So you go into the shack. Give me an investigation check to look for the stuff the guy needs. 18. Okay. As you go into the water, it's kind of dark in here. There's no light or anything. There's just a few little lights shining through some of the cracks, and then a little bit of what's left, like refracting through the water from the doorway. You look around. You do see the nets sitting on a shelf, and the buoys on the nets are kind of keeping them floating a little bit. There's a lot of stuff floating around. You see some fishing poles just kind of floating up in one corner. And then down at the very bottom on the floor, you see some stacks of jars that look like they have some dirt in them.
Stacks of jars of dirt. How about those fishing poles? How are those fishing poles looking? Are they like good quality poles?
They look like they work.
Okay. Yeah. Anything unusual about the jars? Can I swim a little closer to the jars?
Nothing unusual about the jars. The jars are kind of just the jars don't look unusual. I suppose. Give me a nature check. That'll work here. A nature check will work.
Mm. 10.
What'd you get?
You got a 10.
A 10. It's not just dirt. It's loose soil That's what you notice in the jars.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and I'll grab what he asked for, and I'll swim back up.
Give me a history check.
So you said history?
Yeah.
21.
21. You remember that he needed bait and the nets.
Okay. So
based on the
have
things
I-
you've seen, you can deduce.
I
whatever's
spotted the
going on.
nets. Have I spotted the bait?
Have you?
I think I have. Or was it this? Is it the soil? Is it in the soil?
You got to make a decision. You're running out of air. Or you can breathe underwater, can't you?
Yeah.
You're not running out of air then, but you're running out of time. The guy's kind of getting impatient.
He's getting antsy.
You
Okay.
hear his
I'll
peg
just,
leg knocking against the side of the shed. Hurry up!
I'll grab the nets and I'll go out, and then I'll ask him if the bait is in the jars that I saw down there.
Yeah, you swim up and you hand him the nets. You ask him if the bait is where?
Is the bait in those jars?
Yes. Where are the jaws? Where are the jaws?
Down in the house.
They're down.
There was a few jars.
Oh, crocky. We're going to run out of time. You got to go get them now. They're already filling up with water. They're going to kill the worms.
All right, so swim back down and I'll grab the jars.
All right, how many do you grab? How many are you going to try to grab? There's like 10.
And how big are they?
They're probably the size about like a jar of jam or jelly.
7. Try to grab 7.
You're going to try to grab 7? Okay, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check. We're going to call this a DC. To carry 7, we'll call it a DC 10. Shouldn't be too crazy.
All right. 17.
17, awesome, yeah. You grab the 7, scoop them up nice and easy. You fly on up, you grab the bait, and you throw it out onto the deck of the boat.
How's he feeling?
He breathes a sigh of relief. He's like, oh, good, okay. Whew. You have no idea how long it took me to get those worms. Had like 2 miles out of town to get the good ones. Nice and fat.
Glad I could help. There are a few more down there. I apologize. I didn't try to grab all at once.
No, it's okay. They're trash anyways. They've been down there too long. What's your name?
I'm called Rain.
Rain. That's nice. That's really nice. Whew. Help me paddle back to shore. I'll get you a little something for your troubles.
Sure.
All right.
May I ask you a question while we make our way over there?
Sure. Yeah, of course. You've earned that right.
Could you tell me a little more about what's going on?
It's the most crazy thing. Storm came through. Wasn't that heavy. Well, all of a sudden, right before dawn, levees just broke. Flooded everything. Don't know what happened. But we all been in a right rage since this morning. Everything's been quite the kerfuffle. And you guys are paddling out towards the shore. So all you need to know?
So,
Is that all you needed to know?
it's about the most of it. Just trying to assess the situation with this water that appeared out of nowhere.
Okay. Alright. You guys swim over till you're back in the shallow water. He kind of reaches on his side. He has a coin bag, opens it up, and he tosses you 2 silver.
Appreciate it. Now, I did see a poster asking for some assistance.
Yeah, that's right. Well, unfortunately, all I've got left is the rowboat. The big ship ended up getting taken in, crashing into a building. Gonna have to repair that before I could take a big crew out for fishing again. But I appreciate the interest and I appreciate you coming out and helping. I'm Sorry that I was
course.
only able to give you 20 silver, but, you know, I've got to save up considering I've got a lot to do now. While I was repairing the boat.
Not a problem.
Well, hey, I hear the man's paying some big money for a job that he's got. He needs some big, strong, reliable people, and, you know, you asked me, you seem like you fit the bill.
All right, where can I find this mayor of yours?
Yeah, he's gonna be in City Hall. He's gonna be on the central west side of the city. Big, tall, stone building. It's like marble. It's like you can't miss it. You can't miss it at all.
All right.
Yeah.
I will make my way over there. Did you need a hand with anything else before I took
No,
off?
no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm good. I'm back in the shallow water. I can just trudge along. Thank you very much once again.
Very well. Take care.
All right, Trico, Uldren, and Revan. You guys make your way over toward the northwest side of town. You guys are first going to the place that needed some help with moving things, right?
I believe we were going to the child first.
To the child first.
Well, we don't know where the child is, so we're looking possibly while we're heading over to the house, and after we help that guy, we can ask him about the local area.
Okay, I'm gonna ask each of you this question separately. How much are you looking for the how much are you looking for these people or this kid? How hard are you looking for this kid as you're walking through? Is it kind of just passively? Is it with a lot of intent? Is it like he's the only thing you're thinking about right now, even though you're walking towards a different place? How intensely are you looking for him right now?
You know, I'd probably be looking with some intent, but it wouldn't be the only thing on my mind.
Okay, got you. Okay. You're gonna roll me investigation with advantage then.
Okay.
Trico, what about you? How hard are you looking for the kid?
Well, once I get into the North Quarter, I would actually take the disguise and start searching from the air. You know, Duplin, was it?
Your what?
Was his name Duplin?
His name was Druken.
Druken. I was saying Druken, you know, going to around another side of the house, Druken, that sort of thing.
Okay, for sure. You're going to roll me. Go ahead and roll me with expertise then, since you're doing all that. So just double your proficiency when you roll.
For which role?
For an investigation. Sorry. So instead of rolling with just a +3, you'll roll with a +6. Oh no, you're not proficient in investigation. So go ahead and just roll it with proficiency then.
17 total then.
Awesome. How about you, Mr. Uldren? What is your priority right now?
Much like Revan, I would be searching with intent, but it wouldn't be the only thing on my mind. And then I would kind of just have my steel defender also be looking, but not really as thorough as I would be.
Okay, go ahead and just roll me with advantage then. Investigation.
Perfect.
And
17.
Okay, Trico, did I also give you advantage, or did I just give you the proficiency?
You just gave me proficiency.
Go ahead and roll with advantage as well.
The first one was the high.
Okay then. So 17, 22, and what was yours again, Uldren?
Mine was.
I think you said it was 17.
17 as
Yeah,
well?
mine was 17. You're talking
Okay.
about. You're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 17 and 17 and 22. All right, for sure. Flames of Fate is going to roll with advantage. Oh, by the way, viewers, these are the Flames of Fate. I have a whole set of dice here. When we do very Destiny-based rolls that could really change the course of the game, we're going to use the Flames of Fate, and this will be like the special event die. So the first roll was a 5. Let's see how this next one goes. Awesome. You guys are scanning the town, searching through, and Trico, as you're flying above, you see little locks of red hair kind of like it's kind of like waddling through water as big splashes go around.
Since I know there could be a dwarf there, and I don't care if it's the sun, I'm going to go up and make sure they don't drown. Oh, sorry, go down and make sure they don't drown.
They're not like swimming. They're kind of just like trudging the water and making big splashes.
Oh.
They're not drowning though. I suppose it could look
Right.
like they're drowning though, if that's how you want to play it.
Yeah, I'll go down there, and do I see an eye patch?
Do you see an eye patch? Yes, you do.
I'll say, hey, need a hand?
Yeah, the kid turns to you. You see the eye patch. You see the one eye. The one eye looks at you, and okay. He looks at you, and he's scared out of his mind. He starts trying to run away from you.
I'll go to the phone and say, hey, it's all right. I'm not a devil. I'm not evil. I'm just a guy with wings.
Roll me persuasion.
23.
23? Okay. Yeah, he starts like slowly shuffling over to you. I'm gonna say Revan and Uldren also hear all this commotion. You guys are starting to turn the corner and see the kid and Trico interacting with each other.
Revan's gonna turn around and stay behind the corner and leave his hood up. He knows how a child would react to his pale white skin with those blazing red eyes that he has.
Okay. Yeah, Trico, the kid walks up to you and like, I assume you have your hand out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna go up and grab your hand.
Do you want to fly?
Do you know where my mother is?
Yes, there's a message board for you. She's looking for you.
Oh,
And so am I.
okay. Mommy! He jumps onto your back.
Okay, I'll turn to, I presume I see the others, and I'll say, I'll take him back, you go to the other place.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I'll take the skies and give him a bird's eye view of the town.
Yeah, you fly Druken up. He's having a blast. He's laughing. I'm like, ho, 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 ho. This is wonderful. Oh, I love you, goat man. This is amazing.
Oh, thanks, I like you too.
Yeah, you fly him back down into town square, and you hear a lady say, Druken! Druken! You see a bearded woman with luscious red hair running up, scoops
I'll
up
go one
Druken.
knee to, so he can, get off my back easy.
Yeah, scoops up Druken as he comes off your back. Says, "Oh goodness, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Oh goodness, here, take it." She grabs her coin purse and throws it in your hands, and then she runs
Okay, I'm
off.
sure you need this more than I do. I can actually fly out of the water. I mean, surely you need this.
She's not even hearing you. She's running away. She's kissing her kid.
If she goes out of range, I kindly say stop her. I say, okay then. I'll go back, start heading back to the others, and I'll count up the money.
Yeah, you count up the money. She gave you 10 gold. Which is a lot. It's like $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna walk over back and meet the others at the moving place. You guys approach there, and there's just this old dwarf. He's got white hair. He's walking with a cane. He sees you guys and he goes, "Are you here about the ad on the message board?"
Yes, we're here to help you.
Great. Come over here. And he starts walking inside through the water with his cane.
Revan, as he enters the building, will take off his hood.
You gotta catch some more sun. You're missing out on some vitamin D there, mate. He starts walking. He opens up his door, and there's just barrels and barrels of ale sitting in this room. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna need all that taken out. And, you could just push it down the street. The water will carry it down, but, gonna have to take it a little bit more westerly to get it to the high ground. Think you can handle it?
How big are these objects that we need to move?
They're just barrels. They're 70 pounds each. There's probably about 20 in this room.
Yeah.
He says,
We can do it.
I'll spot
mean,
you
there is
50
3 of us
silver
here, so-
each.
And for the record,
It's
I
me
wouldn't
and
be
you and then my
I
defender.
might do a bit of a dash to actually get back quicker.
Okay. Are you flying or are you, like, wading through the water?
If it's deep parts that'll slow me down, I'll fly, but otherwise I'll scare people, so I won't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could fly. You go ahead and fly over, and, I would say you reach right around the time that the first one pushes the first barrel down the street. So whichever
So
one you
what's
does
the
that
sitch
first.
then?
We'll say it's Aldrin pushing the barrel.
I mean, I'm talking to Aldrin. What's the sitch?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, so this old guy wants us to push his barrels of ale out of his house. He said just push them into the street and the water would carry them to where they need to go. So there's like 20 of them inside. I mean, it's nothing too hard for us to do. So we got this.
All right, we're gonna do a group strength check. The DC on this is gonna be 12. At least 2 of you need to pass.
I'll use guidance.
On who?
I'll use it
Can I-
myself because I've got a -1 for the strength checks.
For sure.
I would also like to order my steel defender to grab barrels and toss them outside.
Okay, then, so you could roll with advantage. Since he's giving you the help
Okay.
action.
Okay. Well, I got 19.
Okay. Anybody else get more than 12?
I have not.
Okay. Well, luckily, your boy Revan got it. So yeah, you guys are able to do it. You're able to do it in about 2 hours.
Perfect.
The old dwarf guy kind of walks out. Mom. Yeah. Yeah, quick. Alright, so it was 50 coppers, right? He starts
Yep.
pulling coppers out of his bag and counting them.
I'll look around and see if there's anything that maybe we want to purchase or barter with instead of 50 copper.
I lost count. He scoops all the coins back into his purse.
My question still stands, though. Is there anything that we might want to get instead of 50 copper?
Like, trade with him? Like something he'll give you for having helped him?
Well, if there was, for example, another barrel, maybe we could just take that instead.
You could ask him.
It doesn't necessarily need to be copper. Do you have anything just to barter to pay?
He looks at his house all flooded and torn. He looks at his purse. He looks at the barrels. He keeps counting copper.
Revan's gonna reach his hand over, shut it, stop the guy from counting copper, and say, "Don't worry about it. Just get your stuff fixed up."
Oh. He just hands you the whole bag of coppers. He says, little tip.
Revan's gonna give it back to him.
He grabs the coins. He says, I'm gonna pay for the service. I promise you guys payment. You're gonna get paid, so take it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. You guys
How many-
take the money.
Copper do we each get from that?
Yeah, so inside of the bag there's 200 copper.
I'll say I wasn't much help with that guy, so you can split that between yourselves.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right, awesome. Before you guys leave, he tells you, you know, if you're still looking for stuff to do, the mayor's looking for some nice folk like yourselves, strong and capable to take care of something. Perhaps you'd like to go to City Hall and check that out.
Revan shall look to the others and say, "Shall we head to Town Square then?"
I think
Yeah,
so.
or should we take a quick swing by the message board in case there's jobs up there that need to be done?
Well, that's in the town square, so I don't see why not. Also, Aldrin, that old guy counted like you.
I know. It's terrible.
You and your artificers not knowing how to count.
All right.
On the way
I
back,
don't
do I
wanna
spot
count.
any
I
suspicious
can-
behaviour, like
I can
someone
handle it.
stealing or someone taking advantage of the chaos to,
What-
beat someone to steal from them?
What's your passive perception? It's is it 13? Yes, 13.
Yes.
Okay. As you're walking around, you see one guy with a sack over his shoulder and kind of with a crowbar under his arm, almost like he's kind of trying to hide it.
I'll go up to him and say, "Hey, you look like you're struggling with that in your hand."
He looks at you. He looks at the guys you're walking with. He drops the crowbar, drops the bag, and starts booking it.
I'll let him go and I'll look in the bag.
Yeah, the bag actually has a mark on it. It's kind of like a seal, but it's got a hammer and a sword on it, and they're kind of crossed, and they're on top of a shield.
I'll hand the crossbow, the crowbar over to the other and say, "Anyone need this?"
No, I don't need a crowbar.
Revan's just gonna sort of stand there and not say anything.
I'll
I already have a crowbar.
Okay.
I'm good.
I'll open up the bag carefully without hopefully looking like I'm the one who stole it.
Yeah, you open up the bag, and you find a +2 longsword inside of there, as well as a
Whoa.
couple of +1 hand axes.
I'm going to put those back in the bag because I'm pretty sure they're stolen, obviously. And do I see anything like a tarp around or something I could wrap up the bag in so it's at least covered?
Give me an investigation check as you look around for something.
Since I'm not going to do that, may I use guns?
Say that one more time.
May I use guns, please?
May you use guidance? Yes, you may
Yes.
use guidance. Yes. I thought you were saying guns. I was like, what do you mean use guns?
15 total.
15 total. You don't find a tarp, but you do find a blanket, just like off in an alley, kind of just like sitting in the water, drenched.
I'll grab that presentation on the water a bit, rinse it out, and I'll wrap the bag up in that, so at least the sword and shield crests are covered.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, you guys continue your walk over. You guys make your way over back towards the town square, and yeah, you start turning over towards City Hall. I think what you said earlier, City Hall was in the town square. It's not. It's just it's like a block or two west of the town square. But it's a big marble building. So after you guys re-enter the town square, are you gonna go straight towards City Hall?
Well, first of all, does the message board show anything that relates to the crest I found in the bag?
Does the message board show anything like that?
Well, does it reference the crest?
Yeah. I'm thinking if it would. Is there anything that would? Because I know what the crest is for. I'm trying to think if there's any reason that there would be something posted on the message board for that.
Because there was a job they posted, perhaps?
Would it be on the? I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna say no. Instead of being unsure and saying I don't think so, I'm just gonna say no.
I'll ask
the
someone
symbol
nearby.
doesn't-
Says, "Do you know of the crest with the sword and shield crossed?"
What kind of person are you looking to ask?
The nearest person?
Just any person?
Yeah.
Yeah. You find this this peasant woman just kind of sitting there. You ask her if she knows what it is. She looks and she says, "No, honey, I'm sorry. I don't know what that is."
Well, thank you. Do I see any guard nearby that I could ask who knows more about
guard.
shields and swords?
Yeah, you see some guards posted up around the town square.
I'll ask them about the same question.
Sure. Yeah, they look at you, and when you ask the guard what it is, he turns his spear to you and says, "Drop the bag."
I'll place it down carefully.
Oh, damn it.
Surprising question though. I found the guy stealing from it. Do you presume I'm that?
Where'd you get it? You said.
I found a guy with a crowbar going away with it.
They grab the bag and take it back.
And before you ask, no one who steals would suddenly go up to guards and hand it to them.
You've got a point. Huh. Well, thank you for returning it. He looks you up and down. Citizen.
Oh, I'm new here.
Figures. Well, thank you. He looks at the bag and looks at you. Is that all then?
I had a crowbar. Do you even want that?
Not really. No.
Fair enough. Well, have a nice day then. I'll turn back to the group.
You too. Thank you. Yeah, you go back to the group.
Well, we've got trouble to make sure the guards didn't think we were the thieves, at least.
So what was
And
in
some
the bag?
reputation. Magic weapons.
Like what?
Hand axes, longsword.
Yeah, you could do. Dude, I could have traded my shitty hand axes in and just like taken those ones. No one would have known.
You didn't ask, and they were
You
stolen.
didn't tell me it was in the bag. You just wrapped the bag up and started walking. I was like, okay.
I thought if you were interested, you would have asked.
Well, I didn't know it was in the bag.
That's why people ask things.
All right. Where do you guys want to go? Where do you three want to go now?
To the mayor, I guess.
All right. You guys walk your way over towards the mayor. You enter the front office way, and you see a receptionist there. She looks at you guys up and down, and she goes, "If you hear about the adventuring job, just go sit on those chairs over there." You guys turn over to look at the chairs, and you just see like one little water genasi kind of sitting there, chilling.
Pun intended.
Yes, exactly.
How high is the ceiling? What's up there?
How high is the ceiling? It's got the corners have columns on them, and they kind of have like those leafy decorations on top. At the moment, I'm blanking on what they're called, but there's some archways leading down the way up to the receptionist desk. I would say the ceilings are probably about 12 to 15 feet high.
Okay, cool. That's just future reference in case I want to sit up there. But I suppose we'll just go over to the genasi and say, "You here for the adventuring job too?"
Rain, are you here for the adventuring job?
I look over towards them, puzzled, and I just give a nice quiet nod. Just
I turn back to the group and back to him and say, to everyone actually, "So, do you think we should all just take it at once, or do you want to apply separately?"
Well, no matter what, I would assume me and Aldrin are applying together. We've been traveling together for the past 2 years.
Also, Riven, this water genasi seems like a pretty cool dude compared to that other one we met.
I can't argue with that. I mean, he certainly seems cooler than your metal boyfriend we got going on here, so...
It's to be expected. The guy's made of water. I'm from Hellfire.
That's great. Real quick, guys, I'm gonna be gone for a few seconds. I don't know where my water is. I gotta go find that. I will be back momentarily.
I will also be back momentarily.
I'll still be here, but I'll be looking at other things.
We'll call it a 5-minute intermission. Anybody watching, just come on back in 5 minutes and we'll be here.
Oh god. I'm glad to know that this campaign is going to be full of jokes towards one another.
It'll certainly be laughs. For the record, if my guy doesn't want to sit with you guys anymore, he's going to be up on the roof.
My god.
So just FYI, I'll be taking some brief notes on what all is going on, so in case we need to reference back to something, I might have it on hand.
I do have a notebook handy, but I have not taken any notes yet. I don't think anything too much of note has happened.
Yeah, small
Yeah, I've got
stuff.
my D&D Beyond ready, but nothing has really come up yet.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
very good. Lots of nice role playing and productivity.
Of course, I fucking love garlic. I am a whore for garlic.
Ooh.
Remember once when I was in Hawaii, I had spaghetti with lots of garlic my first night. My breath stank afterwards. For the record, I don't care if you're a vampire or in different countries. Do you have cuts on your hands, or is this a regular thing for garlic? Do you have cuts on your hands, or is this a regular thing for garlic? Ah.
Well, garlic probably has a pretty high specific heat, I would assume. Yeah, that
Well,
would
it's
do
made
it.
to retain heat.
The water genasi comment was not directed toward anyone in this party. It was directed toward a character that me and Revan met a couple years ago. Anyways, what exactly are you, Trico?
I'm a winter tiefling.
Are
Okay,
you
what
a
are you?
feral tiefling then, or just a standard tiefling with wings?
What's your
Standard tiefling, charisma,
what's
you
your
know.
class?
Warlock, I haven't told you in character yet.
Okay, I'm just trying to.
I was going to say that stuff in character explanations. You know, dinner table, what I did for the last few years, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep tabs on who everyone is and what they have because I have previously been asked to explain who all of my friends are who are with us, and I struggled.
Yes. Also, wait, Jazz, what class are you?
I'm a rogue.
A Water Genasi Rogue? That's an interesting one. I can't say I've heard that one before.
I'm pretty sure they're dex based by standard, so it makes sense.
I mean, it does. It's just, I can't say I don't typically, I want to say that I've only ever played with one other Water Genasi though, so.
Also, for your information, at the end of a long rest, my steel defender perishes. So I have to build a new one every day.
I'm sure that's what it's meant to be. It's just that you can build one at the end of a long rest. You can
It says
maintain
you
it.
can build one, but then it says if you already have a Steel Defender from this feature, the first one immediately perishes. Okay, never
Well, there you
mind.
go.
If I build a second one, never mind. I'm stupid. Got it.
That means you could
I
sell your Steel
forgot.
Defender, then build a new one.
It just, oh my god.
Well, I've heard of a warlock of the genie sell their ring off and just get it back all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. Yep.
Yep.
Welcome back, everybody. We're back in the waiting room. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. You guys are sitting there having a conversation. The receptionist looks over to you guys in your chairs and says, the mayor will see you now.
All of us?
She gestures towards the door.
Okay. How do you know the mayor wants to see us now? Did he telepathically tell you?
She says, no, he just opened his door and waved at me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, there's the receptionist desk in the center, and the hallways kind of cross. So you guys are sitting on one end of one of the crosses, so you wouldn't have seen the door. But yeah,
No.
So you guys walk over, and the mayor kind of holds the door open for you guys as you walk in.
As we walk through, I'll look back in up. So go ahead.
Hey, Aldrin, you might want to leave the Iron Giant out here for this.
Okay.
I don't know if big guy's gonna do much talking.
No. Okay, fine.
As we walk, I'll look over my shoulder, see that we're, the whole party's together. I'll say, okay, so we are a whole party now. Cool.
There's a party going on?
Wait.
Well, with 4 of us, yeah, apparently you've joined.
I don't see any party hats.
The mayor kind of looks around at you guys. Okay. So, 2 tieflings, 1 water genasi, and 1, angel?
You're very well educated, sir.
Oh, so you
Kind
are
of.
an angel.
Oh,
Interesting.
Not an angel.
It's close enough, though.
It's close enough to what I am, though.
Okay, listen. I don't know why Umberly decided to punish this town, but it's left us quite vulnerable. I don't know if you guys know, but this is not just a big city, Haki. It's also the capital of the Kingdom of Caradon. So, in this city, we have the treasury for the kingdom, and among the kerfuffle of this morning's events, we were robbed.
This wouldn't have to be a magical longsword and 2 hand axes, would it?
No, rather, it was somewhere along the lines of... You know what? The amount doesn't matter. What matters is that we find the money. I'm looking for some skilled adventurers to go follow the trail that leads out into the woods to find who stole the money so that we might bring it back for the king. And the only reason I'm asking you, and the king is not asking you, is because this needs to be kept very confidential. The town cannot know that we don't have the funds to recover things. And we need those funds to recover things.
And how much exactly was stolen?
Okay. Roll me persuasion. Because he's been avoiding telling you, so we'll see if you can convince him otherwise.
23 again.
23. Nice. He kind of shuffles into his hand. He goes, 3 million platinum. 3 million platinum.
How was that stolen though? Wouldn't that be very noticeable of people carrying so many chests?
That's the problem. I don't know how it was stolen. But it's not there, and it was there.
How do you know it was in the woods then?
Well, that's just... We caught one person carrying one bag of things, and it held some gold bars from the treasury. So that's how we know that they were headed in that direction.
May we talk to this person, please, for information?
Of course. They're down at the station, being held. You may definitely go talk to them.
Do we need your seal of approval to go down there?
He opens up his drawer, and he pulls out some cloaks, like nicely folded cloaks, and he sets down 4 of them. These are the cloaks of the Green Guard, the King's royal force. You will temporarily be allowed to wear these, and they will allow you access to any place in the entire kingdom, any law enforcement agency, any governmental body, such as another mayor's office somewhere else. Is that good enough?
Revan will remove his black cloak that he's currently wearing and affix the new one.
Wonderful.
I'll have the cloak so that's partially on but also in between my wings so I can still fly.
Of course. He looks at you guys. Are there any other questions?
Quite an important cloak being handed to us, and you've only met us for but 2 minutes.
We're kind of desperate. And I don't know if you noticed, but the sign's been up since the morning, and only 4 of you have showed up. It's been 8 hours.
Fair enough.
Do you need us to put something down for like a deposit so you know we're not going to run off with the money? Or is it not going to make much of a difference because it's so much money?
That's a great idea. Why don't you do that?
Alright then. I'll hand him... I don't even know why I'm bothered carrying some of this stuff, but I'll hand him the fine clothes I've got. I'll hand him my gold. I'll hand him... Yeah, that's all the other things, I think.
Oh, and I'm sure the king will reward you all handsomely for returning his goods. So there will also be that.
Do you need something from all of us, or?
Yes, preferably, yes. At least one thing.
Well, then I'm going to go sit in the corner real quick and pull a piece of amethyst out of my bag and build one of my homunculus servants.
How long does that take to do?
Give me a second. It takes that
Does he just wants one thing, so just give him the fine clothes and keep the gold?
It instantly forms around the crystal.
Oh, sweet. Okay, then, yeah, great, perfect. What did you say, Trico? I'm sorry.
Should I give him just one of the things or multiple things?
You could just give him one. You don't have to give him multiple things.
Yeah, the fine clothes will be easiest then.
For sure. Again, he's kind of kerfuffled. He didn't even ask you guys for this stuff. You're just kind of offering it to him, probably because you feel bad, I assume.
Well, this is a way to show trust that we're...
Yes, perfect. Okay, awesome. Yeah. He looks over to you, Revan.
Revan, with a little bit of disdain for this, is going to sort of just hand over his black cloak and say, I swear to God if this gets lost.
He takes it and he says, I assure you it will not. He feels the cloak, and he looks at the embroidery on it, And he looks at you. Moonbrook? Moonbrook?
Indeed. Indeed. I trained under him for 10 years.
He says, "Oh, thank God. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better."
May I ask how you know Mr. Noonbrook? Moonbrook?
Well, kind of a legend around here. He is kind of a legend. Especially considering he doesn't really take many students, and the ones he does take often do great things. It's a wonder I've never heard of you. What'd you say your name was again?
My name's Revan. I was sent here by my mother, probably 12 years ago now, to train under him. I trained under him for 10 years.
He nods. He goes, "Well, I'm going to look forward to using your skill for this mission. This is great. Okay. I guess that leaves you, Mr. Genasi."
Well, I do have this important mask I carry with me. Would that be enough, or should I leave a gold deposit?
I mean, I think the mask will be fine. I suppose if it's important to you.
Alright, I'll hand over my alabaster mask.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I love it. Awesome. Great. Yes, make your way to the station. Your cloaks will give you all the access you need.
Will the guards actually enjoy people just showing up in cloaks, telling them that we have all rights?
The gods will possibly bow to you.
I have a question for you. Where might the guards take something that we gave to them? We found a bag of weapons that we assumed was stolen, and I accidentally put something of mine in the bag, and the bag was taken by the guards earlier, so...
You had something in a bag that was taken by the gods earlier.
Listen, yes, our friend over here, Trico, walked up to the guards to give them the bag, and the guards freaked out because strangers, and took the bag, and something of mine was in the bag, so I just need to.
Do you want to rephrase your questions?
Like, wait.
You're lying, right? So roll a deception check first of all.
Okay.
Roll a deception check first of all.
Oh. 14.
14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 14's great. Let me look at this guy's. Okay. He looks at you, he goes, "Look, I assume you're just trying to find a really roundabout way to ask for, like, cool weapons or something?" Here.
No.
He reaches into a drawer, pulls it out. He opens up a different drawer. He reaches down, pulls out a key, and tosses it to you, Aldrin.
Okay.
You look at the keychain, and the insignia on the keychain is the same as the insignia that was on the bag that you guys found.
All right.
Are you just going to let him take a weapon that he wants?
You can all go ahead and use the armory. It's been old and abandoned for a long time. There's not really... If we wanted the stuff that was in there, we would have not abandoned it, so... You can take whatever you like. You can take whatever you like from there. You can keep it for all I care.
Okay, well, thank you. I think we should, unless someone else has questions, I think we should be on our way to finding this money.
How do we get to the station?
He says, yeah.
And where's the armory exactly?
The armory? Okay. So the armory is going to be 5 blocks to the north of here. Police station is going to be southwest. You'll have to go down 2 blocks, turn right, and then down 3 blocks. Then on the left it will be. Okay. I have a lot of important mayoral stuff to do. So, you can go now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And,
I'll
thank
turn and leave.
you. He opens up another drawer as you guys leave, and, you hear just a pop like a cork.
Got it.
Okay. Where are you guys gonna go first? To the armory or to the police station?
Well, first of all, I'm going to turn to our other fighter friend and say, hey, if you're going to lie again, don't use me, okay? And you're very lucky that he didn't care.
But it wasn't completely a lie. You did just hand the bag to the guards. That's not on me. Like, that was 100% you. That
You implied that I gave away your stuff to the guards and you needed it back.
hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know what to tell you.
You haven't got to get a new weapon.
To be fair, we are talking about the same people who just somehow lost several million in platinum.
Yeah,
So,
you gotta be really stupid to lose that much money. Okay, I assumed he would just believe what I said, which this time it worked out. Okay, next time I might. I get that, but whatever.
may I ask what race the mayor was?
Oh, he was a human.
Okay. Because I know that you said that this place was primarily humans and elves.
Humans, elves, a little bit of dwarves. There's a couple dwarves hanging around here, especially in the northern part of town. Cool beans?
Cool beans?
Awesome. So where did you guys say you wanted to go? The station or the armory?
Shall we head to the armory first?
I suppose it's closer.
Okay, yeah. You guys head on down to the armory.
So
You guys see probably what you imagine when you describe it. Just an old, disheveled, rundown armory, broken windows. You're not surprised that the guy you found earlier was able to break in. It's nobody's around here keeping watch of it or anything. It's just kind of being left here. You guys walk in, and there are a plethora of things. Each of you is going to get something really fun. What I need, first and foremost, is for everybody here to roll me.
I'll cast guidance as I'm approaching.
It's not that kind of check. It's not a check at all.
Okay.
Each person here is going to roll me a D100.
Right. Okay.
Ooh. 43?
I'm sorry, Trekker, what'd you say? 43?
Yep.
43. Yeah, Trico, you walk along and you make your way towards the throwing weapons, and something that really stands out to you is this stark white javelin made of a very sturdy hardwood.
I'll examine it then.
You go to
Well,
touch.
actually, I'll cast Identify as a ritual.
You're gonna
Actually,
cast.
no, I can't do that yet. I haven't got a pearl. Never mind.
Okay.
I'll just look at it.
Okay. Sure. You're just gonna look at it with your eyes. That's it.
Yeah, I haven't got a pearl yet, unfortunately.
Does the pearl for Identify have a cost associated with it?
Yes.
Okay. How much is the cost?
100
100
gold.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Got you. So you're gonna look at it. What kind of check should I have you roll here? Let's roll a perception check. I'm sorry, Austin. On a D100, you rolled a 9?
Yes.
Yeah, great. What a weird little thing to have done. Golly gee. Yeah, okay. Fine. You're gonna be very disappointed.
No.
Uh,
Oh no. Is that the monster manual?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Okay, roll me a d20. Tell me if it's odd or even.
It is odd.
You're really not gonna like it. Okay, roll me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Roll me. Shoot. Roll me. What would work here? Let's say 2d8. Roll me 2d8.
UD8.
Yeah.
Roger that. I got a 10.
A 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you find a +1 spear.
Got it.
Got it. Trico, what did you get on your perception?
I rolled a 3, so that's 6 total.
6 total? It's a pointy white stick. It looks cool.
I'll say, does anyone know what this is exactly? Besides a pointy white stick?
I don't think any of you would know what this is. Just off of natural, like, inclination. Mac, how about you roll for Aldrin to see what he finds? D100.
Oh, I rolled a 93.
A 93, wow.
Yeah.
There's a big pile of chainmail just sitting off in a corner, but amongst it, you catch the slight hint of a gem coming off of it.
Ooh.
Like deep in the pile of stuff.
Well, then I will go investigate this gem that I see.
You dig through the pile and you pull out a ring with a purple gem.
I will put the ring on.
You're gonna put the ring on your finger?
Yep, I'm gonna put the ring on my finger.
Okay. You put the ring on. You don't really feel anything going on inside of you right now.
Okay.
But it's a cool ring. It's purple.
Purple ring.
Purple ring.
I like it.
Rain, what did you get?
80.
80. Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay. Over near the armory, what you find is... Ooh. You find these really sick purple gloves that appear to have spider web patterns on them. Alright. Let me just look at something real quick. Trico, are you gonna do anything about that spear that you found? Or that?
If I think it, I suppose I'll take it with me. But just to be clear, is a javelin a simple weapon or a martial weapon?
A javelin should be a simple weapon. I'll look in a bit. I'm looking something up for somebody else. Let me see. Oh, if you cast a spell as a ritual, I forgot to tell you. If you cast a spell as a ritual, you don't need to worry about material components.
Oh, in that case, then I'll even for the 100 gold pearl.
Yeah, no. Not if you take the 10 minutes that it takes to cast a ritual. No, I don't
In
see
that
the
case,
point
I
in
would have cast the ritual for identify.
Okay, awesome. How long does it take to get to the J's, man? Okay, here we go. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Okay. Let me set that down on the floor. Trico. You cast the identify spell. Welcome to another use of the identify spell. What we have here is a javelin of lightning. Quite an extraordinary weapon. The javelin can be used when you hurl it and speak its command word. It transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet of you. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 4d6 lightning damage, or half upon a successful save. The lightning bolt turns back into a javelin when it reaches the target. Make a ranged weapon attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes damage from the javelin, plus 4d6 lightning damage. The javelin's property can't be used again until the next dawn. In the meantime, the javelin can still be used as a magic weapon.
I'll take it with me. Very happy then.
You may ask one question regarding the weapon. You may ask one question regarding this.
Where does it come from?
This particular weapon was forged by the dwarves in Gloda. Or rather, it was carved. Carved by a white oak, which was struck by lightning after growing for 100 years on top of the tallest mountain in all of Gloda. This has been another use of the identify spell. So you can actually find it on D&D Beyond. It's a regular D&D
I found it.
item.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then it'll take care of all that for you. Okay. So we have your gloves. We have your ring. We have your spear, buddy.
Oh yeah, the spear that I can't even use?
The +1 just means you add a +1 to your attack.
Correct.
And to your damage.
Yep.
Sweet.
I cannot use it.
You're not proficient in
take it.
spears?
I take it subclass can give you proficiency in
his
simple
character.
weapons.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm a wizard.
Ah.
But you're a spells, what's it called, blade son or whatever it is. So did you get
Yep.
some proficiencies?
Oh, yes, and one simple weapon of my choosing.
And which weapon did you choose?
The rapier.
Nice.
That's not simple.
That's admirable.
No, it is.
Rapier's a martial weapon.
Oh, sorry, it's one martial weapon. My bad. I'd have to double check. I know that it gave me the option to choose rapier as my proficiency.
Okay, that's fine.
On D&D Beyond.
Okay. Looks like you guys have found your weapons.
And there's absolutely nothing else here?
The only other stuff that you guys would be able to find are just regular assortment of weapons, just like the standard weapons. A lot of them, though. So if you wanted to stock up on hand axes like Uldren, you totally could. If any of you guys wanted spare daggers or anything, you could pick them up here. There's also armor here. Almost all the armor types except for adamantine are here.
Does that include studded leather?
Studded leather is here, yes.
Oh,
Do you guys mind if I get changed quickly?
Money on studded leather.
Actually, I've already got studded leather, never mind.
Damn it. I think we should meet up as a group. Now that we have our items.
Mm-hmm. I'll pocket a dagger or two because I can.
Alright, add that to your inventory. Alright. And you guys, the rest of you, just keep in mind your stuff. So that way if you have questions, they may be answered. Wonderful. I'll keep tabs on that in case you guys discover what your weapons are. Sweet! Here's what we're gonna do.
I'll say I can cast Identify later if you guys like, but I think we need to get going.
Of course. Yeah, you guys go ahead. You're gonna walk, or I presume you're gonna walk over to the police station now, yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. You guys walk over to the police station. And just like the mayor said, the guards bow and open the doors for you and welcome you in. You guys approach the front counter, and you see the chief of police. You can tell because of the badge that he has on. He walks up to you guys and he says, "Hello, I didn't know the King's Guard would be here. How may I be of service?"
We need to talk to the prisoner who was found robbing the. I'll lean in to whisper, robbing the treasury.
Oh yes, that prisoner. Yes, he's in holding cell number 5.
Thank you.
Just down the hall.
I presume we all walk over there. As we walk over, I'll say, "How you guys want to do this?"
Revan's gonna walk in, just completely ignore him and walk in. He's going to draw his rapier, and he's going to immediately cast Green Flame Blade on it and ask immediately, "Where's the money?" Just no hesitation.
You ask, "Where's the money?" as you go into the room.
With just my flaming sword, correct.
A face turns to look at you. And a little gnome with sharp ears, a singular eyebrow that covers his eyes, and a mustache that covers his mouth looks at you and goes,
Like hell you do, you know what I'm talking about.
Reverend, let me handle this, okay? I don't know how to loosen his tongue. I'll open up my bag and show him the 47 teeth I've got. I'll say, "You see these? I take these one for every person I kill. And do you know what happens to them? Everyone has gone to hell. But because of these teeth, they are found by a very specific devil. Now, if you don't want to add your teeth to the pack, tell us what you want to know."
Roll intimidation.
$15.
He looks up at you. He looks at the teeth. And you could see his arms start to shake.
Do you want us to cut your mustache so you can talk better? I'll take out my pliers and I'll say, "Do you really want to do this?"
Give me an insight check with advantage.
16.
As you pull the dagger out and get closer to him,
No, pliers.
oh, the pliers. As you pull the pliers out and get close to him, he leans back and blinks, and for a split second, it almost looks like his left eye changes color as he blinks.
Since we don't have much time, I mean... I'll say, hang on guys, I need to do something. I'm going to start casting Detect Magic as a ritual.
You're gonna cast what?
Detect Magic as a ritual.
For sure. You take 10 minutes, you set up the candles and the incense to cast the spell, and you do the casting, you cast the spell. There is... What Detect Magic does is it creates an aura around any magical item, to let any enchanted item to let you know, item or person to let you know if there's a spell effect on them. So, yes, okay. Yeah, there's a purple aura around him.
Is purple for illusion?
Purple is for illusion.
I'll say, guys, there's an illusion on him. Something so nice it seems.
Thank God. I've heard about a gnome like this guy before, but
Anyone
makes me
dispel
feel better
magic?
it's not him.
Does anyone have Dispel Magic, he asked.
I do not.
I do not. I cannot dispel the magic.
I'll go, I'm gonna step back to the main entrance, and I'll let the guards know what we found out.
Okay.
And I'll ask if any of them can dispel magic.
No, but, the alchemist, the wizard, the alchemist, he can do it.
Where can we find the alchemist?
No, we'll go get him, right? And the other guy turns to me, yeah, we'll get him. And they just book it. They start running.
Fair enough. That'll work. I'll head back to the group and let them know an alchemist is on the way to cast dispel magic for us.
The gnome hears this and kind of starts scratching the table and shaking even more and more, sweat beating down his face as he fears that he's about to get discovered.
You do realize that we already know you're here and you were stealing, so what do you have to hide that could possibly be under there?
Are you a pirate? Do you work for Darlow? Are you a witch? Do you work for a coven?
I want to lift up his little mustache to see what's on his mouth, or in his mouth.
You lift up the mustache, and you see his canines. Like gnomes have pretty much like human canines, where they don't really protrude out of their mouths, but he has some protruding upward and some protruding downward underneath the mustache. His teeth are protruding upward and downward under the mustache.
And there's something in his mouth?
Nothing in his mouth, just his teeth are protruding.
Here's a question. If I were to feel, say, his head, does it feel how skin usually should for a gnome, or does it feel different, as if there's the texture doesn't match the look?
That's a great question. Tactily, his head feels wrinklier than it looks. I suppose if you were to close your eyes and like, after knowing what his head looks like and then touching it, that's what it would feel like. This is what he looks like, by the way.
Does his nose feel like it's actually there, or does it feel like I've gone through?
Oh no, his nose feels
illusion?
100% real.
Do I think that goblins have those kind of canines and not gnomes?
Give me a nature check.
I rolled a 3, so I don't think I do.
Anybody want to help him?
I'll help out.
Rain's gonna help you.
I'll also
Go ahead and roll again.
roll one.
You guys are giving Trico the help action, so Trico's gonna roll again. He's gonna take the higher roll.
A 9.
A 9 plus your nature, or is your nature a 0?
I don't have 1. It's 0.
Oh shit. Okay. 9 is only slightly below average. I suppose the thought creeps in your mind. I don't know if it's like a prominent thought though. I guess the thought would appear in your mind, but like it doesn't have to be goblin, you know. You've seen tons of magic in your life. You know that there's magic that exists. There's enough magic that exists that it could be honestly any kind of creature underneath this disguise.
I'm going to use prestidigitation in a way that usually is used to remove dirt or perhaps paint on his head. Does that do anything?
You're gonna try to do that on his head.
Well, just, I presume, unless there's some, like maybe his hand's clear or not behind his head.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just thinking. What would that do? I think that part of prestidigitation is just meant to like clean stuff, right? It's not really meant to.
I'm checking to see if he's like got a disguise kit to painted himself or something.
Yeah, it's not a disguise kit. No.
So
you ruled that out. You ruled out disguise kit for sure.
Anyone got any ideas?
I mean, we can always start poking him with our swords and see where that gets us.
Leave him alive.
You still have his mustache pushed up?
I don't think I do, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to feel around parts of his head to see if perhaps he's got a, he's gagged and we just can't see it.
That's a good thing to try to do. Yeah, give me an investigation.
11.
You don't feel anything like that as you feel around his head. That one specific thing you're looking for, you don't feel that as you search around his head.
Right. I've got an idea. Do I see any, sand or dirt or dust on the ground?
That's a great question. I don't know what you're thinking, but we'll see where it goes. Unfortunately, no. They keep this place very tidy.
Okay, here's a question then. The minor illusion. If I'd made an illusion in such a way that it could, go around an object, could I perhaps make an illusion on him, and if there was something being covered by an illusion, it would show, my illusion would bend around it?
Give me an Arcana check.
17.
You can't bend around his illusion, but you don't know if the suspect knows that. So do with that information what you will. If any of you guys have suggestions knowing that information, you can also provide some.
Let me tell you a little story I heard about a girl called Violet. She could turn invisible. When a man tried to catch her, she hid it in a river to hide from him. He said, you can't hide from me. Threw dirt into the water and it drifted downstream. It it came to her and it did not pass through her, so he found where she was. She was saved by her brother Dash, though, but will you be safe for an illusion bends around your real features? As I start to cast a little illusion, I'll have it slowly go towards him.
What does the illusion look like to him?
Just bluish purple mist creeping towards him.
Okay. So he sees this bluish purple mist creeping towards him. You're bluffing. You're using an illusion to help you. Give me deception with advantage. I like this a lot.
To make this more convincing, I'm going to make the ground start shaking using my one of the cantrips that I know.
Okay. So then I'll tell you what. What'd you get?
I got a 25 total.
Okay. Now roll intimidation, and because Revan is helping you, you're gonna roll this with advantage as well.
I rolled a 23 for the high.
Okay. He starts panicking. And he starts scratching furiously into the wood on the table in front of him.
I would like to look at the table that's in front of him and see if what he's scratching makes out anything, or if it's just meaningless scratching. Aldrin. Mm-hmm.
Where does this sheet keep your proficiencies? Hold on. Armor. Oh, languages. Here we go.
Celestial, Common, Draconic, and Infernal.
Let me look at all your guys' language proficiencies real quick. Okay, you'll be fine. Yeah, he did scratch something, but you don't know the language that it's written in.
Okay. Hey guys. You know what? When he was sitting here freaking out, scratching the table, it appears that he wrote something, but I don't know this language, so maybe one of you guys knows what.
I'll stop what I'm doing and look. Do I at least know what the language is?
Do you know what the language is? I'm gonna say no.
Have I ever seen Goblin before to know that it's not that?
Roll me a. I don't know if you would know what Goblin looks like just by looking at it, if that's what you're asking about. If it is Goblin.
Fair enough. I take it you guys don't know?
Revan's gonna take a peek at it.
Revan's gonna take a peek. Let's see what Revan knows.
I know 2 languages. I know Common and a bastardized dialect of
Elvish.
Which is fused with Undercommon.
Yeah, you don't know this language.
You're up, water boy.
You'd also know Infernal, don't forget.
Yes.
Yes, I have that on my character sheet.
Unfortunately, it's not Infernal.
Alright, water boy's gonna take a try. I know Goblin, Primordial.
I can see the languages you know. You know this language. There's just... It's a name. Written in Goblin. I'm gonna private message you. One word at a time for the name. And you can read it out loud to your group.
I'm making out Jack. Gnarly.
You guys hear a guitar riff play all around you.
No. Are you wait? God damn it, Riven. We know. We
know. We've met this man.
We've met Jack.
Mr. Gnarly sent you there.
He shakes his head.
Did he disguise you because you're actually innocent and he did it, and he's using you to throw off the scent.
Jackson,
I want to insight check that, please.
You're gonna insight check that? Go ahead.
Well, no, he's telling the truth.
Oh no, yeah, he's telling the truth for sure, 100%.
Oh, I rolled an 18 then.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. I mean, you could tell at this point that like he's held back from speaking with words. He's like not being allowed to speak with words. So he's trying to communicate as best he can.
Did somebody hire Mr. Gnarly to bind your voice?
Anyone got a pen and paper he could use?
You could look for some if you would like.
I'll head back out to the front, and I'll ask for pen and paper.
Yeah, you get it right away. They even hand you like a cup of coffee and shit, even though you haven't asked for one.
Thank you. I'll take it back inside.
Yeah, he scribbles something down. It's just one word.
He wrote trees.
As in
Wait.
walking?
As in woods. Trees.
Trees.
What did you say, Evan?
As in the walking trees? That is how we arrived to the Forest of Rohan, so... Do you know which tree they were going to? Can you take us? I can cast a spell on you to make it appear as though you're dead. Nobody will know. You'll be perfectly fine. But
And don't forget that even if we don't kill you and you live a full life and die, you'll probably go to hell anyway. This is a chance for you to repent and get out of that predicament.
Roll persuasion. Revan, you roll the persuasion with advantage.
Oh, not me?
No, not you. Revan,
that's
you roll the persuasion.
better roll. Persuasion. That is a 15.
A 15. He takes a breath and he calmly nods to you.
Would you like us? Do you have a spell on you that you'd like cleared first? Then we shall wait for the alchemist.
Walk to the front one more time.
Yeah,
And
you see like the guards running down the street, and one of them has like a dude in like a purple robe over his shoulder running up to you. He sets the guy down on the porch. Matt, Kingsguard. Matt, he collapses on the ground, breathing really hard.
I'll go up to the guy and say, I'm sorry, did they kidnap you?
I mean, if the King's God needs me, I suppose I can set aside my day.
I'm so sorry, we never meant for them to force you here, we just need your help for a quick spell.
Oh yes, of course. Anything for the King's God. Yes. All right. What spell do you need cast?
We need to spell magic on this gnome, but we believe is actually a goblin.
Oh, interesting. Seems like you've had a wonderful day today. All right. He goes in. He sets up his ritual. He sees that you have some ritual stuff set up already. He's like, oh, okay. Well, looks like this will be easy. He goes ahead, sets up his stuff, and he sits down. He does his chants to get the ritual going. You guys see slowly the pale, almost like human complexion skin slowly strip away as you get this grayish green skin appearing on him as the wrinkly form of a goblin appears in front of you guys. And there's like this this orange binding around his lips that is whisked away as the dispel magic spell reaches the end of its run. And he goes, oh, I'm free. Oh God. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm real sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do the bad. I'm not the bad. I'm not the bad.
gonna go to the front again and ask for a glass of water for him.
Oh yeah.
I'll turn back to our wizard friend and say thank you for your services.
Just,
On behalf of the kingdom, I thank you.
sure thing, of course, yes.
And I'll hand him a gold for his trouble.
Oh well, thank you. Goodness. And he starts walking out. Yeah. They bring you the water, Rain. They bring it like instantly as soon as they can. Nice little wooden goblet of water.
We'll go ahead and set it in front of him.
He takes it.
Yeah.
The water like spills down the sides of his face and just like trickles down his body.
I haven't been able to drink water for days.
Why days?
Huh?
Well, this was only recent, wasn't it, this robbery?
Yes, but we had to do like the undercover work to infiltrate the town, to get the report. I don't know, it's all this stuff that Lucius, he said we had to do that. He was always kind of mean to me, though. I'm sure he was just messing with me. I could show you guys where the walking tree is.
Please do.
Yes.
Would you rather appear to be dead or alive when we go through the tree, though? What do you think would be best for your own safety?
Do I have to go through the tree with you guys?
Well, depends. Where does the tree take us?
Okay. The tree's gonna take us, to a hideout. It's inside of an old abandoned castle on the south west of Leon. It's just an old abandoned castle from like a million years ago or something. But it's where Lucius has us stationed.
So there's
I think
only...
he's telling the truth.
Say that one more time, Trico.
Sorry, I said is he telling the truth? Do I think he's telling the truth?
Do you think he's telling the truth? I mean, you can roll insight if you want to really push in and see.
Dirty 20?
30-20. You see no reason at this point why he would be lying to you.
Good, I'll
Is there...
say he's telling the truth.
Yeah, you from what you know about goblins, you know that at the end of the day, they'll do whatever it takes to save their own skin, even if it sacrifices like their friends or their own kind. So as long as the questions, as long as it favors him and his survival, he will help you. And that, you know that to be true. So as long as you believe that currently him helping you protects him, as long as you believe that he believes that, then you have no reason to think he's lying.
Is there
Except
only...
it's- Go for it. Go for it there, Riven.
Is there only the one entrance and exit to this tree, or is there others? I know some walking trees can have several.
There's one to here. There's one to the castle. But Lucius said we're not allowed to go in the third one.
Got it.
Does it go in the castle or outside of the castle?
It's inside.
That's strange. Okay.
Well, shall we head off?
I'll take you guys if you're ready.
I believe we should have him look like he's dead, otherwise people who have been traveled to see could see him.
What can you tell us about Lucius while we're on our way to the tree?
Can I approach the front desk and ask for a carriage to get us to the forest so we can make our way to the tree with a little bit more haste?
You want a carriage to lead you to the forest.
Yeah, so we can get there with a little bit quicker. I would assume that the police would have a carriage.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they could get you one right away. Yeah, so they bring it. Yeah. One of the guards is gonna ask you if you need horses too.
I'll nod my head yes.
Take a horse.
Okay. Yeah, so they bring you guys horses for the carriage, and then they bring you guys the carriage so that you guys can be on your way. Do you guys just want to leave right now, or is there anything you guys want to do before you go at this point? Just double checking.
Personally, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good. I'm good.
I'm good too.
Awesome. Wonderful. So, you guys are gonna start making your way towards the forest of Rohan. You leave the town and start going up the hill. As you guys turn around and look back at the town, the water line has receded a bit, probably by about 200 meters, since you guys all came here this morning. So it looks like, even just by your presence, even if that's like a very silly thing to believe, you're helping this town a little bit. And judging by the robes on your person right now, it seems like they're willing to reward you very heavily for helping them out. So you guys make your way into Les Woods. The goblin is going to lead you guys through around some passes. You guys get to a point where he tells you guys have to get off the road now and start actually going into the woods.
All right.
Okay.
How high are the trees?
How high are the trees? I would say the tallest of them is probably only about 50 feet tall.
And are they the kind of trees where they've got a big trunk and then the leaves start, or the leaves start relatively low to the ground?
Are you asking,
I'm gauging how easy it is for my character to fly in the woods.
I mean, if you're trying to fly through the trees, you'll have to stay very low to do that. If you want to go above them, there's enough. You could find a clearing where you could just go straight up and then fly above. If that's what you want to
Okay,
do.
not yet. Just future reference. Thank you.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. Okay. For sure. Okay. All right. Okay. You guys are gonna go ahead and make your way into the woods, crawling over some rocks. Does anyone here want to do a survival check?
I'll do.
Okay, go ahead.
If someone's going to make a check, could I cast guidance to them beforehand?
If you'd like to, yeah.
You've got an extra
Yes.
4.
An extra 4.
Okay.
Thank you. Whoa.
All right. So what'd you get?
11 total.
11 total. Sweet. So, you can tell that you're not the first ones to walk this trail that you're going down. It doesn't look like much of a trail to you, but you every now and then you see like a broken branch or like some smushed grass. So you can tell that something is walking through here before you guys are.
Do I see any perhaps gold on the ground that's being dropped?
No. You do not. Finally you guys approach a tree. It's a little bit wider than a person would be, but there's a huge knot in the front of it. Like a huge knot in the trunk. And then the goblin points and goes, "That's the tree."
I would like to inspect the tree before trying to walk into it.
Yeah, give me an investigation.
Okay, I'm going to look for the famous commissioned by Jack
Yes.
that I've heard about. 20.
20. Yeah, you see a plaque. It says, "This walking tree was commissioned by Jack Gnarly."
I'm surprised anyone would identify a walking tree like that. I thought it was to be kept secret. I'm saying this in character out loud.
Well,
Jack's
you
not
should
necessarily
know.
one for secrets. When we met up with him a couple months back, he was still quite flashy. We used one of his trees actually to bypass the Desert of Hope to get back up to the Forest of Rohan.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you ask him about a walking tree, he's very willing to show you.
Oh.
It's weird that he puts his name on all the trees, but I guess unless you know of the walking trees, you're not really gonna think anything of it.
Awesome.
Then again, there is a plaque, so who knows?
Do either of you two want to roll me a nature check so you can get more information about how these trees work, or do you want to just keep going? I'm talking to the two that have not heard of the walking trees before, Trico and Rain.
Yes.
Rain, go ahead and roll me a nature check. See if there's anything you know about the walking trees.
13.
I've rolled an 18.
Trico rolled a 19, you rolled a 13. Okay, yeah. So, I suppose you guys would both know enough about, like, trees to know about tree cloning. So, basically, what would... Trico would probably know this for sure, but, like, the way that walking trees are made... Because I suppose Trico would have encountered walking trees before, just based on the role, but also based on the traveling you've done. You would have seen walking trees before. The way walking trees are made is that there's an enchanted tree that is grown, and as that tree grows, clippings are taken off of the roots and planted elsewhere. That's how you clone trees. That's a real life thing that they do. That's how they get apple trees to grow the same kind of apples. Because if you just plant an apple seed, it's going to grow a different type of apple on the new tree. It's not going to grow the same kind of apple. So if you want to get the same apple, you have to clone the tree by cutting clippings off the bottom and replanting those saplings. So that's what, with walking trees, that's how it's done. That's the way the trees are connected, is by the fact that they're all cloned. So, like, Jack Gnarly bred these trees so that they would grow, and in the lining of the trunk, it would grow out that spelling. This walking tree was commissioned by Jack Gnarly. And then he clones it, so every tree has that on it. But yeah, little information about walking tree, little lore thing. I'm sure the people on YouTube will appreciate that lore drop. Let's get to the meat of this. You guys, are you guys gonna go into the tree?
Indeed.
All right.
Wait, are we taking our goblin with us?
Are you guys going to? Would you like to? I think you said you were gonna make him look dead, right?
Indeed, I will have to cast Feign Death as a ritual.
Okay, yeah, you guys got some time to do that.
While you do that, I'll cast Identify on something else if someone wants to.
Yeah, we could do a little twofer. Does anybody want to cast Identify on one of the stuff they got?
Before I get... I just want to make sure we know which hole we're going into.
Yes.
Oh,
So, the goblin tells you that the castle you're going into is named, it's named... Here, let me write it down. Okay. Let me capitalize that. He says it's called Lish Tool. That's what he tells you. So when you
Gotcha.
walk into the when you guys walk into the walking tree, you'll see one labeled Lish Tool.
Oh, also, what's your name, dear Goblin?
My name? Yeah, my name's Grundy.
Hello, Grundy.
Hello. Scary goat man.
I'll say hello to him in Goblin.
Hello. Wet dude.
Are you ready to be dead? And Revan will do an air quotes.
Sure.
Very well. And Revan shall start the ritual.
Okay. Does anyone want to do the identify thing while we're here? Because
Well-
Trico said he would cast one.
Listen, I don't know what kind of weapons you guys got, but I found a ring. I don't really know how that's a weapon.
That's what you're
Told
told
me
to
there's weapons in the armory.
It could have a spell. I'll check it if you like.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah. I'll cast it and find the ring.
Awesome. My bad. Yes. You cast the ritual, and as you're sitting there chanting, a white orb appears in the middle of your guys' little circle. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Welcome to another use of the Identify spell. What we have here is a ring of jumping. While wearing this ring, you can cast the jump spell as a bonus action. But you can only target yourself when you do so. You may ask one question regarding this item.
Where was it made?
Okay. This ring was crafted by the elves of the Forest of Rohan as part of a treaty deal between the humans of Leon, the dwarves of Gloda, and the elves of the forest. This has been another use of the Identify spell. Whoosh. All the while, Revan is overcasting his spell. Grundy looks over and he's like, "Oh wow, that's so cool!" As the Feign Death spell takes place over his body. Okay, you guys have a dead goblin. You have a ring of jumping, a javelin of lightning, mysterious gloves, and a +1 spear. Are we ready to go into the tree?
Indeed.
Question.
Yes.
Can... actually, no, I've just remembered that doesn't... Never mind. I was going to ask about Minor Illusion, if it could actually move with him. Cast some Fake Blood on him, but doesn't.
You want to do what?
I remember that Minor Illusion can't move with it, so I can't cast Fake Blood on the Goblin.
Okay, yeah. Okay, awesome. You guys are now walking into the tree. You guys step into the tree, into the big knot, and you kind of fade in. As you walk in, it doesn't really feel like it's there, but obviously from the outside, it would look like you're kind of just phasing into the tree. It's like a TARDIS. It's just bigger on the inside. And you see one door that says Lish Tool, and another door that it looks like there's been a dagger taken to it, and the name has been scribbled out of it. And then on the side, there's a big arrow that says, "Don't go here."
Revan, being curious, is going to set the goblin down and peek his head through the door that says "Don't go here."
You peek your head through the part that says "Don't go here,"
and you see you're in like the courtyard of a grand castle. The tree is kind of the centerpiece of this little patch of garden. As you poke your head out, you look around. You've been to the Forest of Rohan, so I suppose it may look familiar to you. Yeah, this castle is within the Forest of Rohan. You can tell by the trees that are just around the area.
Interesting. And Revan will come back and say it leads to another castle somewhere within the Great Forest of Rohan, but given how old this area is and the amount of small little castles that are scattered around the place, it doesn't quite narrow it down. But I suppose we have another job at hand first. Anyway, shall we do this stealthily or shall we go in guns blazing?
Stealth.
I can go in first and take a look.
Okay.
If that's fine.
What would you guys like to do?
Well, if you two wish to go in a little bit more stealthily first, by all means, go for it. And if one of you guys would like to come back and let us know what's going on, so we don't all four go through this tree and cause a big commotion, because I do quite literally have an unconscious goblin currently.
You might be subtle enough if you just leave the goblin with someone else who's already not subtle.
I am pale white with blazing red eyes. I am not subtle.
That's only if they see you. Don't you have a good dex to hide well?
I'm not much for hiding. Not quite.
Suppose I'm not then either. I'm only +3.
Listen, don't think me and my big metal boyfriend are gonna be able to sneak in anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Gets up to the water genasi here to let us know what's happening.
Okay. Well then. Who's going out first? Is Rain? Okay, Rain.
Go through first.
Okay, Rain. You go ahead. You peek your head out. Give me a stealth check. Awesome. When you guys finally made it to the tree originally, it was just beginning to set. The sun was. However, once you peek your head through, it looks like early evening as you peek your head out. You look around. You're inside of the middle of, much like how Revan described the scene when he poked his head through the other side of the walking tree. You poke your head through this side of the walking tree, and you're in the courtyard of a castle, except this castle is old, disheveled, broken. There's rubble lying around everywhere. You kind of peek your head around, and you see two little goblins that look like they're keeping watch, looking outside of the castle for any intruders that might be coming in. And how long are you going to sit here and observe? How long do you think?
I'll go with 1 minute.
Okay. In 1 minute, I suppose, yeah, you see one goblin come out and tap the other goblins on the shoulder, and they start talking. You speak goblin, so you hear them. They're talking about how one of the goblins never made it back from the mission, they call it. They're like, hey, one of the guys didn't make it back from the mission. Like, what's going on with that? Like, why isn't he here? Like, you guys know where he is? And Did you think he took his gold and ran off? Oh, Lucius isn't going to be happy about that.
Alright, I will come back out to the rest of the group. I will let them know what I heard.
Okay. Yeah, you come out. You let them know what you heard. What do you guys think about that?
How many goblins did you see? Just the 3?
2 initially, and then a third approached.
You know where the
And
3rd came from?
Do I know where the third came from?
Yeah, he came from the keep. The keep is basically only the building that's most intact along the whole castle grounds. So he came from the keep.
Came from the keep.
How large was this keep? I'm just trying to estimate how many goblins this might be able to hold, so we know what type of stuff we're getting ourselves into.
It's a small keep. The castle in general was fairly small in size.
How many goblins do I think that the keep could fit based off of the description I would have got?
Rain, how would you describe it to him?
Well, it really appeared to be how you described the castle you saw in the other portal, except this one is a lot more run down. Rubble everywhere, lots of broken things, not in good condition.
Noted. Very well. Well, what do we say we get some of these goblins to flee?
You want to set fire to it, don't you?
Oh no. You want to drop this one here from the ceiling and I play God using a couple spells?
They'll think you're a devil trying to be God.
The worst I've done?
No, I'm saying that we should use our angel-looking friend to do it.
Well, that's fine. However,
I can fly.
can you actually?
I can sprout wings. I have the ability to sprout wings for about a minute, but that's fine.
Very well. Then I'll just be the voice.
Okay.
Awesome.
I can boost my voice by 3 times.
That sounds great.
We're wanting to catch them by surprise, right?
Well, if you'd like to go get in a position that would give you benefit after we cause this mayhem, you two are free to do so. Me and Uldren here shall give him the old razzle dazzle.
Okay.
Do you two care to go possibly find some positions?
I think I'll do that. Yep.
Okay.
Real quick
So
before we do this, just so you know, my wings are gonna look slightly skeletal.
did you
So
guys say
it's
if you were
not
going now
really-
or if you were waiting a little bit? Are you guys going right now, or are you gonna wait a little bit?
That is up to the 2 who want to go in.
Okay.
Get
Uldren
positions.
and Trico, how are you guys feeling?
Well, I have to wait until
Yes, he's
everyone's
waiting.
ready. So
Or
I'm ready to go whenever, really.
Okay. So, you guys are trying to be stealthy, yes, or are you trying to go in guns blazing? I forgot what the option was.
Stealthily.
So
Stealthily?
when I peeked in,
Yeah.
so The goblins were looking away from the tree, right?
They were looking away from the tree. They're not expecting anybody to come through.
So how far were they from the tree?
Yeah, they're probably about 20 feet from the tree.
20 feet from the tree.
20 feet from the tree.
Is there any sort of cover between tree and goblins, like either surrounding or?
There's shrubbery, so there's like partial cover.
Okay.
All right. We ready to go into this? Okay. Who's going through first? Trico or Aldrin?
Let Trico go first.
Okay, Aldrin, give me a stealth check as you go through.
Oh, I don't want to go first.
Wait, why was Aldrin going in first?
Yes,
I thought it was
Trico go
going to be
first.
Rain.
Oh, is
Wouldn't
Rain,
it be Rain then Trico?
is Rain going in first?
Preferably to take cover, and then when they run in.
Yeah, because
I'll be
me
ready.
and Aldrin were going to go cause chaos.
Okay
I
then.
can't fly, but I definitely have wings.
All right, Rain, you go ahead and well, Rain, you go ahead and go in first. Then, give me a stealth check.
Okay. $15.
15. Okay. Yep, you're fine. All right, you go through the trees, and you're able to crouch down behind the shrubbery, and hide yourself. Trico, give me a stealth check as well.
Ooh, 21.
You're good. You go in there, you close your wings down, you really hunker yourself up into a little ball, and you hide behind the bushes.
Well, Aldrin, are you ready?
Yeah, here goes nothing.
Fly up about 10
Oh,
feet, not enough
listen,
to hurt this
listen,
man. But...
Listen, I'm an idiot. I can't actually fly. I have flightless wings. But I can carry him out.
That works just fine.
Okay.
All right, we're doing it.
Do I need to try to sneak in?
Nope.
Okay, well, I have to be within 10 feet of these guys. So I can add an extra bit of frightening to them. So that
Okay.
they can say a little more.
Okay, so you're gonna walk through the tree and do what?
Well, if they have their back turned to the tree, I'm going to get 10 feet away from them. And then
He'll signal to me and I'll
I'll
start
signal to
speaking
him.
for him.
When he starts speaking, then I'll do my necrotic shroud.
Okay, for sure. So you're trying to sneak up. You're trying to get 10 feet. You're trying to get within 10 feet of them without them knowing.
Ideally, I have to be within 10 feet of them.
Okay, and you don't want them to know until you're ready for them to know, right?
Yes.
Give me a stealth check.
That is the goal. 17.
Perfect. You give me one as well, Revan.
Natural 20.
Fucking sick. Yeah, dude, you're like a fox, dude. You're walking through, and nobody. It's almost like you're it's like you're harkening back to a past life of yours or something weird like that. Very fox-like in the way you move. You're walking up. You crouch down, and you're waiting for the signal from Aldrin. Aldrin, you just walk over. You start inching your way over towards the little gobbies. And before you know it, you're 10 feet away from them, ready to do whatever it is you're about to do. How do you proceed?
Okay. I will signal toward Riven.
Revan.
Once they turn around, I will activate my necrotic shroud.
Okay, Revan, you've been signaled.
Revan, using his thaumaturgy cantrip, booms his voice saying, "The gods have judged y'all unworthy, and you have committed great sins against the people of Harki. It is required that you return the gold at once or face the wrath of God."
Okay. I'm gonna need Aldrin to give me a intimidation check with advantage. Heavy advantage.
I got an 18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
That's good enough. The goblins scream, drop their weapons, and run into the keep. Screaming their minds off. What do you guys do next?
Revan, still booming his voice, will say, "Hiding in your keep cannot save you. For only giving up your leader can." Knowing that goblins will easily turn when frightened.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay. So you guys are just gonna chill out here?
So Revan is going to pull his sword so it's ready if he needs it.
He's gonna pull his sword so it's ready if he needs it. His rapier?
His rapier.
Gotcha.
Indeed.
Gotcha. What about you, Aldrin? What are you doing?
I would actually like to order my steel defender to go start banging on the door of this keep that they're hiding in.
Okay. Alright, so your steel defender's gonna run over and start banging on the doors as the thaumaturgy cantrip is still in effect. Booming Revan's voice. Are Trico and Rain gonna do anything special during this time, or are they just gonna hang tight and wait for something to happen?
I could stealthily fly up a window to look through.
Say that one more time.
Stealthily fly up to a window to look through.
Sure, give me
Assuming there's no one around, do they all go inside and they're not looking now?
Okay. You see a window. You can go fly to it if you'd like. If you're trying to go stealthily, you'll have to give me another stealth check.
18.
18, yeah. You fly up to the window, you perch yourself up right there, and you start listening in. Are you listening or looking?
If there's voices, I'll listen.
Okay, you're listening. He says, "What do you mean, demons? Get your punk asses out of the way. I can't do anything right now." And you hear footsteps thundering out of the room.
Since they're afraid of demons, apparently, even though I thought they were claimed to be gods, I'll appear, cast Produce Flame, activate Flame of Parsons, which activates on a fire spell, and I'll say, "Flee now, or your lives will be forfeit."
Okay. Roll.
And just so you know, the Flames of Pathos, or whatever it's called, is a feature that when I roll for... Okay, technically it's... let me double check. Whenever you cast a spell, it deals fire damage, which I have, so I can coat myself in flames.
Okay.
They don't harm my clothes.
Okay. Give me a intimidation check.
Nat 20 for 28 total.
Natural 20? Amazing. Okay. Yeah. On a nat 20 with all the flames and brimstone eking off of you, all you hear is a, "What the hell?" Did you guys hear that? It looked like my mic cut out of that.
Oh, it definitely cut out.
Yeah.
I presumed you just showed it but didn't say anything because it'd be too loud.
No, the Discord only picks up voices. It's like, like a little friggin', like a little girl scream, basically. And then, you guys hear thundering footsteps. Boom, 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 boom. And then crashing out of the door is just a jacked, huge bugbear running out of the keep. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna roll Flames of Fate to see if he notices you guys on a perception check.
Okay.
Flames of Fate. That's an 8. His bonus to perception is nothing. He doesn't notice you guys. He keeps running. Boom, boom, boom.
and you guys see little by little a bunch of goblins follow him out, just running and running, and they're all carrying like a bunch of sacks, and they just throw them out. And then they throw them out onto the courtyard, and then they just keep running away. One by one. Boom, 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 boom. They all just keep running out. I mean, you guys just did this without any combat at all. Just with incredible intimidation checks and everything. You guys were so professional about this. I'm impressed. That was amazing. I was ready to have a full-on combat for you guys, but like, you worked your way around that perfectly. That's amazing. I love that. Okay. That's awesome. You guys now have all this, all the gold and platinum sitting in front of you now.
I want to go search the keep for stuff that isn't stolen from who hired us, so that way we can actually keep it.
Yes, of course. You go into the keep. The keep is... Most of the keep is lined with, like, bedding. Like, little bedrolls for all the goblins presumably to sleep. When you look inside of the room where you assume they were keeping the gold, all you really see is a few little coins sitting on the ground. I would say it's probably a total of about 30 gold coins strewn amongst the ground. It doesn't look like they really had much else here except for that stuff specifically.
So how do you guys want to do this? Is there a cart? Is there a cart we could perhaps load stuff in to make it easy?
You guys did bring a cart, but it's about a mile away from the tree that you walked into. So you'll have to carry the gold a mile, put it on the cart, come back, grab the rest of the gold, carry it a mile, put it on the cart.
We just carry the cart back with us, rather than carrying them all the time.
We can't get the cart back to the tree. It's through the woods.
Yeah, the trees are the forest is too dense to get the cart through. That's why.
Well, there's 5 of us that can carry stuff.
Yeah.
Because we have the Steel Defender and then the 4 of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Could we get a horse through?
You could get a horse through for sure. If you could put saddlebags on the horse or like tie the bags to the horse's saddles, you could do that. There's a lot of platinum and gold here. If I had to make an estimate about how much it weighs, you guys, if all of you, including the Steel Defender and the Goblin, were carrying the stuff, you could probably do it in about 3 trips. Which, you know, moving a mile, if you guys do it quickly, you could do mile, that's 2, mile, that's 4, mile, that's 6. You guys should probably do it in about an hour and a half if you do it quickly. And you carry your maximum carrying capacity.
I say what we do is we move all of the gold into the tree first, so if they come back and just glance around, it's all gone. And then we can move it from there.
Yeah, I mean, you're moving at the same distance. Either way, however you decide to move it, you're gonna move. It's gonna take an hour and a half to do it.
Do we just say we move it in and not overthink it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you want to take other things like discarded weapons we could sell and rations we could keep? Do they have any of those in the keep?
They have weapons. The goblin weapons are kind of like, they're either hand-me-down or they're stolen, and they're not very well kept. Like, the goblins don't really sharpen their weapons or, like, oil them to keep rust off or anything. They kind of just... Swords are for hacking, and that's about it as far as they're concerned. So there are weapons there. They're probably only worth about as much as the iron to be, you know, smelted down and recast into other things.
Do you guys want to do that then? We'll just take the 30 gold we found and split that.
Let's just say we move all of the stuff first, and then we can actually take the time to see if there's anything important.
Okay.
All right, then. You guys are going to go ahead and... okay, then. You guys go ahead and move everything. That takes you about an hour and a half. You guys are now back on the road, and it's around this time that Grundy is going to wake up from the spell. He's actually going to wake up in time to help you guys out with the stuff, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's gonna help you guys with all the gold loading and stuff. Okay then, and you guys, before you know it, you guys are heading on your way back with all the gold from the town.
Okay.
Yep, and you guys, as you're riding in, it's already dark now. You can see the torch lights lighting up the various streets as you guys enter the town. It's crazy how many people are here packed into this dense area because all the fires that are being lit to like light all the areas. It almost looks like a more like Uldren and Revan have been to Vaspo, and you know the lights they have there. They do have like light bulbs there. So this almost looks about as lit as any city in Vaspo would be, just from the light bulbs. But with torches, that's like how many people live here within this small little area. So you guys go into town, and you guys can take it directly to the treasury, or you could take it to the mayor's office, whichever you guys would like. It's up to you.
I say we take it to the mayor's office.
Yeah, I think the mayor's the best direct route to take it to.
Do the rest of you guys agree?
Yep.
All right.
That way the mayor knows we did it.
Perfect. Yeah. You guys go ahead and you guys take the wagon over to the mayor's office, and yeah, you pull up to the front. You go inside. You see the receptionist. You wave hi. You walk over to his office, knock on the door. He opens it, and he's got like his hands like shaking. He's like really nervous. Did you do it? Is it all there?
It's
We
possible
did
the
it.
gold picked some of them up and put them in the pockets before they left, but they dropped the whole sacks.
Oh, thank goodness. Let me check it. Let me go see. Do you have it outside?
Indeed.
Okay. He starts like stumbling, walking over. He looks out the door from the receptionist desk. He's like, "Oh goodness gracious! Oh thank goodness!" He starts walking over. He looks through all the bags. He starts like counting them in his head.
I like to keep an eye on him to make sure he's not going to try and sneak a coin to his pocket.
He's like, "Oh, all the bags are here. All the bags are here. Oh thank goodness." He turns over to you guys. He says, "Hockey cannot thank you enough. This is the kingdom of Caradon cannot thank you enough. You've done an amazing service. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have no idea."
Sure, breathe a few times. You seem a bit flustered.
I am. It's been very stressful. Payment. What seems the things you gave me? Yes, of course. He calls over to his receptionist and asks her to go get the things from his office. She comes back out with all you guys' belongings and gives them back to you. He reaches in the sacks and he starts bringing out some gold, and he tosses each of you a bag. Each bag has 50 gold in it, so you guys each get 50 gold.
Got it.
That's for your troubles. Thank you.
Thank
You so much. You have no idea how great this is for us, for our town.
On a similar subject, how did we split the gold we found earlier?
How do you guys
Out
want
of
to do that?
that gold, I don't think I'm gonna take any of it because I just sat there and watched. So
You were there ready to fight if it came to it, and you snuck through first to scout for us.
And to be honest, without that intel, it could have easily went another way, dude. You provided some really important intel there.
Oh yeah.
fair enough.
100%.
Definitely.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So he's giving you guys your gold. He's giving you guys back your belongings. So he looks at the weapons that you guys got from the armory. He says, "You guys can keep those. Those are yours. We don't need
Thank
them,
you.
and you've earned them certainly. I can't imagine what it was like to. I mean, what was that? He looks over at the goblin that's with you guys. Did you guys fight goblins or? What was that?
This one was left behind, and he helped us find his former, let's say, party.
Okay, well,
We didn't do much fighting though.
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's great. Well, we got the money back, and that's what's important. Wow. Did the robes help you? Were you able to get everything you needed?
Yeah, the guards cooperated.
Amazing. Wonderful. I told you they would. They're very loyal to the king.
I have a question.
Yes.
What do these gloves do?
Those gloves.
I'll cast Identify if you like.
Well, oh no, that won't be necessary. Those appear to be gloves of missile snaring.
What?
Gloves of missile snaring?
Out of character, I know. Do you want me to
Yeah,
just
so
say?
like if someone shoots an arrow at you, you can catch it and then throw it back at them.
You can't throw it back. You just stop. You just get a hold of it if you stop it entirely.
This is the way that the character is explaining it to you.
Okay.
This is just the way he's explaining it to you. But yeah, it's it'll basically keep you from getting damaged from like ranged attacks like that.
Very good.
Very good gloves. Yes, would have been very useful if you guys had actually fought the goblins. I'll say that. Yes. I'm very flustered. Is there anything I'm forgetting to get from you guys other than the gold?
Was there?
That's it.
Do you have to help take the money back to the treasury because they might need some guards?
Yeah, yes, that would be wonderful if you could do that. Yes. All right. So you guys are gonna go ahead and take the money back to the treasury. You have the robes on, so all the guards are listening to you. The king's royal guard robes. Yeah. The money gets back in the treasury, nice and safe, and you guys just saved not just the city from like that was just devastated by a flood. You saved like a whole kingdom because that was like their money. So that's pretty cool, pretty sick. Yes.
I'll lean in and ask the mayor. Are we holding on to these cloaks? Do you want them back?
Oh yes, I did say I would take those back, didn't I? You guys hear loud footsteps.
Sure you want to, though. I mean, if you need our help again, this will be very helpful.
You guys hear footsteps coming into the treasury, stepping on the marble floors, and the thud of a scepter hitting the ground. I think we could still use you. You guys turn around, and I mean, he's regal as hell, and this guy is like super handsome. I'll tell you what, like George Clooney, basically. Like that's the level of looks this guy has. He's really freaking handsome for his age. Very beautiful man. He looks over at you guys. He says, "How would you boys like permanent employment from me? You'll get to go all around the kingdom, doing work for my crown, helping us with various needs. I could use a party like you."
Under one condition.
Name
I'm
it.
allowed to choose my missions.
Say that one more time.
I'm allowed to pick and choose my missions. And I can turn down any mission that's offered.
I don't think there will be any shortage of missions that you'll want to take.
Very well then. I'm willing as long as they are.
What say the rest of your party then?
Sounds good to me.
I accept.
All right.
I accept.
You guys are now officially the 32nd Battalion of the Royal King's Guard.
Does
Of
this mean that
Caradon.
we get
Of Caradon. So let me write this down in story important stuff. You guys are the 32nd Battalion of the Royal King's Guard. It's kind of redundant, but that's what they call them. The Royal King's Guard.
Interesting. Does this mean that we're gonna get a whole assortment of guards to go with us?
Depending on the resources of the country, you might. and depending on the mission. But we
keep
can.
in mind the battalion's a rather large group.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. Battalion sounded like a good word. We can come up with something else though. What would be a better word than you think?
Battalion sounds fine, honestly.
I
or
like
you
the
can
sound of
do
it, but
squad.
I know that battalions are usually bigger, but I like how it sounds.
Listen, we just scared off a small army of goblins.
Yes.
We are an army. We have a whole.
Let's not short ourselves here.
Yes. 30-second. What would be the correct term then? Would it be
I want to say it'd be squad.
squadron? The 30-second squadron? Does that sound better?
Squadron. I think just
Yeah,
be
that sounds
squad.
like a smaller group that's more specialized.
The 32nd Squadron of the Royal Kingsguard. Amazing.
Yep.
All right. The king lets you guys know that you'll have to elect a captain of your squadron. You guys can vote on that amongst yourselves. You guys can discuss it without me. It's totally up to you guys to figure that out. That's going to be where we end the story portion of this session. If you guys have any questions regarding the end of this, please do let me know. Right
Yeah,
now.
I think the only thing left to do for tonight is figuring out who the captain shall be.
Yes. And if you guys would like, I can end the live stream and leave you guys in the chat to figure that out yourselves. And you can send me a message when when you know the answer to that.
Very well.
All right then. For all the people watching, thank you so much for watching us play Dungeons and Dragons. I hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna try to get our setup to look a little bit more professional next time. But we appreciate you sticking around with us. We appreciate you watching. Tune in next time. Fridays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you guys next time.